but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
Real radio. Real radio.
104.1.
Scott for Scott's here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Hey Orlando, this is Jim Colbert with an important reminder. Impact Windows help protect your home against major storms like hurricanes. For over 20 years, FAS has been the trusted name in Orlando for Impact Windows. More than 13,000 homeowners have chosen FAS to protect their homes against hurricanes. And with FAS, you're choosing a father and son business that treats you like family, from consultation to installation. Choose Orlando's trusted leader in windows and doors by visiting FASWD.com.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. That's InvisibleFence.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, February 24th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Pope Francis' death watch to an insane road rage attack in Panama City. And Elon Musk sends a controversial Doge email to all federal employees. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out Hello, C-Lane.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, Josh.
Hello, Sean.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Good weekend? Anything exciting happen that I missed out on?
I did a little brunching. I had a real guy like homeowner weekend like you did last weekend. Went to Lowe's a couple times.
Makes you feel like such an adult, doesn't it? Yeah, it's one of those things. What are you working on? You got a project you got going on, or?
Yeah, we got to put some lighting up in the backyard, so I had to do some run some new power, some new power drops, and
look at this
buy
guy.
some conduit.
You are going to electrocute yourself. 95% chance of electricity.
I did not come the closest to electrocution.
Oh, no, there was a close call, though?
There was just a
call.
Let's just say that there was the confusion over which breaker was the breaker.
Oh, that's like you don't do that. That's a bad thing right there. I don't even know. I should fact check this, but I'm just going to pray it's true. Sea-Witch on YouTube says, hello, if the Pope dies, one of the cardinals that's next in line is Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzaballa, and that isn't a made-up name. And if we get Pope Pizzaballa, I will be a happy man. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm not even fact-checking because it's just too good to be true, and I don't want it to be fake news.
No,
so thank you for that. Pizzaballa?
He's a real guy.
Cardinal Pizzaballa. Could you imagine if you had something serious to go to him about? And you're like, oh my God, this is for real. You sit down, Cardinal Pizzaballa. I feel like it's almost like it's like bippity boppity boppity boop. Like the name is so like Mario and Luigi. It's really just seems kind of token, but I would like Pope Pizzaballa, and I would support that.
It's
full-fledged.
It sounds like the kind of thing where they tell you this guy's name is Pizzaballa, and you're like, okay, yeah, all right. You're going to pull one over on me. I'm sure your name is Pizzaballa.
I'm not falling for that, Mr. Italian. You don't want to look stupid, right? That's a problem. Okay, here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours, and we go to Trump. The president of the United States of America was at a meeting with the governors, and it went really well. Everything went great. People were high-fiving. No, that didn't happen. There was a moment where I think Trump has been fighting with the governor of Maine, which is a state in the United States of America. And Trump and the governor from Maine, I didn't know this, but they don't like each other. Ooh. And we're past the pretend state. We don't go, hey, we don't do that thing that we used to do in politics. What we used to do is you would be just completely at each other's throats, and then behind the scenes you'd go, cheers. We all did it together. We're all politicians. Now, they don't like each other, and it's on display. So let's go over to Trump and see what he said.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But
he's talking about these new rules where biological men should not be able to compete in women's sports. And it might be the vice versa, too. I'm not sure.
I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Is Maine here?
Yeah. First of all, it's very tough to hear. But if you listen, when he says, is the governor of Maine here? She goes, damn right I am. She says, damn right I am. In the background, and when I heard that, I go, whoa, where's this going? Holy, I thought he was just shouting her out.
Immediately, by the way, that's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Damn right I am.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one.
Oh man!
And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
All right, there we go. So a little bad blood. Let's just be real here. A little bad blood between the governor of Maine and the president of the United States. It seems to me like the president might have a better hand in this card game here, but she says, we'll see you in court. They are not going to follow that executive order They're going to follow state laws in Maine, which is kind of interesting because we have a states' rights issue, and the parties are switched up on this, as they aren't, generally speaking. This weekend we watched, just because I was on Sunday, and we were taking a break for a little bit. We had a busy weekend. And on Sunday, I was sitting on the couch, and I said, oh, this is strange. This is number 1 on Netflix. And there was a docu-series about Gabby Petito, which you might remember. Well. Did you? And I go, I don't think I want to watch this. I said, it is 3 episodes, which I like. That's not too much. It's not too little. It's just like the, right amount there. And I pop it on. I go, let me just see what it's like so we can talk about it. And the first 5 or so minutes got me pretty hooked. And I love when they do a docuseries like this. They had so much footage. Like the whole time she was missing and stuff. Or a lot of the time when she was out on the road there, she was recording the whole time for her YouTube channel, which, by the way, did you see the very end?
Yeah, I had no clue that only...
Did you think that was a little weird?
Kind of.
Okay, Josh, at the very end of this series, this is not a spoiler, really.
Okay.
But they show everything that happens. Gabby Petito dies.
What?
Right? I know.
Oh
shocking,
God.
Right? So Gabby Petito, this young...
hold on to your butt, Josh. Mm-hmm. Brian Laundrie, sewer slide.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Yes.
He
True story.
Himself?
He did.
Oh,
He did.
my God.
Yep. And there wasn't much left of him.
Well,
Which, I don't know if I might have been the only terrible person watching that going, geez, a good place to dump bodies if you kill somebody. This is just...
Taking notes.
Apparently the wild out there really does a number on you. But, all right, so we're watching this.
It is raining right now, so.
You know the story. Gabby Petito was trying to be this van life vlogger. She wanted to be a famous YouTuber, and she was with this guy. They had some sort of at least moderately abusive relationship that they were in, and the cops have been called a couple of times. And they were out in the middle of nowhere in this park, and allegedly they get into something, and he kills her, and her boyfriend kills her. And she was getting all of this footage, recording all of this stuff for her dream to be a YouTuber. And at the end, it said, when Gabby Petito died, she was dead on the ground in this national park. Her YouTube video, there was only one that she ever published, and it was the promo for the YouTube channel. And it said, her video only had 500 views. And then it says, now, to date, Gabby Petito's only video on YouTube has 7 million views. And I was like,
she can really take advantage of that.
Is this like to say, kids, anybody can be a successful YouTuber? All you have to do is be murdered by your partner and then have an international media outrage that follows around everything that happens after that until they find your skeletal remains.
I was actually quite surprised. I had never seen that YouTube video. I mean, so we watched the docuseries, and we finished it up like Friday or Saturday. And but a lot of that stuff I felt like I already knew, because when the Gabby Petito news was ongoing,
we were doing the show.
And it was all over the show.
Yeah,
and
right.
I guess maybe just because of our job, that was different for me, because when it came up, when we were like talking about whatever we're watching on TV at brunch yesterday, there were a couple people at the table who didn't really know. Like, if you said Gabby Petito, they were like, all right, you got to tell me a little bit more. And you're like, the van life girl, you got murdered, and they were like, yeah, I kind of sort of remember that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like all over the news. It was all we talked about for 2 weeks at least.
People only have a little tiny bubble in their brain that's big enough for news stories. Most people, I'm the weirdo with a big giant one. Nothing else in my brain, by the way, but just this.
Yeah, it's just that big bubble.
It's just one big bubble. If you could do an X-ray, one big bubble in my brain, all other motor functions are like a wart on the side of it. That's all that I have going on.
You're pretty good at math.
That's math's in the wart. It's up in the wart. And so this story was a big deal, but then we have another big deal and another big deal. And like the Trump news cycle, everything just cycles out so fast. But I thought that was so weird how at the end they go, she managed to, despite all odds, be a successful YouTuber. And I thought, yeah, well, if you might as well thank Brian Laundrie then. Because if he wouldn't have murdered her, she still would have 500 views on her YouTube video.
See, I didn't see it as them calling her successful. I think I was just more surprised that after all this, not only she had a YouTube video up that I had never seen before, but I didn't know that after all that, she had just started her channel and only posted one video. That was, I think, the more surprising thing to me.
I had seen it at the time, and in fact, when Courtney sat down on the couch and we started watching this #1 series on Netflix, the Gabby Petito thing, as we start watching it, at a random time, because I was thinking in my head, I say to Courtney, I go, Brian Laundrie was wrong. And she, well, of course he was wrong. He murdered her. And I'm like, well, no. I mean, he didn't believe in her. He didn't think she could be a famous YouTuber. And I was like, she was actually pretty good. She was good at the editing and all that stuff, and she puts together some good stuff. Unfortunately, this is what it takes for you to actually completely go viral. It's the only guaranteed way. Yeah, this is the guaranteed way right here. Like that guy this weekend whose cryptocurrency went nuts. Oh, the only guaranteed way is for something insane to happen. You can launch your cryptocurrency right now. But if you, unlike this mystery man online this weekend, if you don't grab a gun on a live stream and play Russian roulette until you lose, your cryptocurrency might not take off. True story.
That was a thing?
True story. They haven't found the guy. They don't know if it was somehow staged in an elaborate way. But I'll pick it up here at some point during the show. Absolutely insane story. And we're watching Pope Francis Death Watch is officially on, everybody. We're trying to see what's going on here with the Pope. We want Pope Papa Giorgio or whatever his name is to
Pizza
it's
Planet.
a meatball Pizza
Then
Planet.
I said,
Pope,
get your own damn monkey.
we want Pope Pizza Planet to take over. It's time, all right? We need something new for the Catholic Church. What's happening with the Pope? We're 10 days in.
I hate to actually you and further disappoint you.
What?
You know that if Pizza Guy becomes Pope, he picks a new name.
Yes, he could.
I think he has to.
Well, he could go with Pizza the Hut or something different than his actual last name, but in the ballpark. Because you want to be the most famous Pope ever, have that last name as a Pope or, whatever. Like have your Pope
Papa
name.
John.
Oh, my God. If they did sponsored Popes, that would be amazing.
Papa John's.
Pope Allstate, Papa John's. There's lots of different options
Pope
here.
Weiser.
Yeah, we could really monetize the hell out of this thing. So we're watching what's going on with Pope Francis, and we'll tell you what's happening. Some stuff going on behind the scenes at the hospital where he's staying, people outside. We got all that to look into. Some emails, including an email that roasts the show, which seems a little mean, but we'll hang out for it. The box office and a whole lot more on the way. It's all coming up next in the News Junkie.
You might not have many friends, but we definitely don't. So, hey Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are wet out there, so travel with caution. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways here. There's a disabled vehicle on Florida's Turnpike northbound north of Oakland Exchange. An accident's blocking the ramp from I-4 eastbound to Osceola Parkway. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 in your usual areas. Just travel with caution this morning. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday, so lock in your seats today.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Freeform Radio and Alternative Rewind.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
GMC Sierra Trucks.
And tattoos. This is the news junkie.
The News Junkie is the name of the show, and I am Sean Wasson, and Christopher Dolores Lane is here today.
Hello.
And Joshua Marie Fowler is also here. 100% their unique middle names.
Yeah.
It's just a huge coincidence that happened on the show. Speaking of coincidences and weird things happening, the merch sale is still up because we had an issue. Let's call it a billing issue. Okay. We have a complex billing setup here at iHeartRadio, and as much as they only let us deposit into a bank account, we cannot withdraw,
which is pretty smart.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
On iHeart's part,
it's a good idea, but it causes us headaches.
We got this great bank account. Ready? It only accepts money.
Yeah,
we don't pay any money.
And not
we
only does
accept it.
Not only does it not take allow people to take money out of this iHeart account, it's like a lockbox. It punts away any attempts to take money out, right? So if you get like some weird charge on your merch store, which we did, then they lock everything down and we go, wait, you can't take any money out of this. This account is only deposit. You can only put money in because it's iHeart. They don't let you take money out. You only put money in. So here we are. And it's going to be remedied by 5 p.m. today. So wherever you are listening to this show, we had to add some more shirts. And you can get, I think there's 90 left, 90 left. Well, there was as of this morning. There's probably less than that right now. But we had to leave it up because we couldn't actually shut down the store because of our billing situation. Unbelievable. Is fixed as of 5 p.m. today. And don't worry, it won't affect any of your orders at all. But if those of you who are screaming at me this weekend want to go in the next, I don't know, handful of hours here before everything shuts down, you can do that. So
who was screaming at you? That sounds rude.
I always get some email because it was shut down for a little while. I always get some email from somebody who's like, I didn't have an opportunity. My kids were sick all week. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I apologize. But, yeah, it has to stay up until everything's remedied, which I think is in a handful of hours. But at 5 p.m. today, that'll be shut down. If you want to sneak it in the meantime and grab the extra ones, go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit merch. Click merch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Only 90 of those left because of our error. Or the bank's error. I don't know. I don't feel like we should take lumps there. It's
bank
not
error
our
in
fault.
your favor.
Yeah, bank error not in our favor again. Never in our favor. Jesus. The Pope Watch. We'll get to that in just a moment here, but R.I.P. Roberta Flack, dead at 88 years old. The lovely Roberta Flack, who you might know from a beautiful song called Killing Me Softly. And unfortunately, for the folks who are millennials, Gen Z, and younger, you probably don't even know her. You probably just know the Fugees. Or was that Lauryn Hill solo, Away from the Fugees, Killing Me Softly?
I think it was Lauryn Hill solo.
Lauryn Hill.
The miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
And for the record, nothing against Lauryn Hill, even though she's late all the time, which is a bad habit as a person. She has a stunning voice, and she did justice to Killing Me Softly for sure. But Roberta Flack, it was her song. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I always had heard that song was about Don McLean. American Pie, Don McLean.
Yeah, the lyrics were written with in collaboration with Lori Lieberman.
Mm-hmm.
This is not even by Roberta Flack.
No, the original song wasn't written by her either.
And it was inspired by a Don McLean performance in late 1971.
Yeah, Don McLean, man, wrote this one banger song, and now legendary for all these things. She being Roberta Flack, who has died, and she was 88 years old, just for the record. She had that song in the 1970s, which was her first hit. It was called The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face. As a tribute, Joshua Fowler is now going to sing The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face by Roberta Flack.
Do I get a backing track?
First time ever I saw your face.
That was pretty good.
Sun rose in your eyes, but
is that right? Are you getting it right? Because I wouldn't know if you're just making it up as it goes along.
And the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to
he knows
the endless skies.
Yeah, by heart. Absolutely.
Yep, I'm not reading it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That was fast. Look at the lightning fingers on him. That's why they call him lightning fingers.
It was Fugees. It was Fugees, not just not Lauryn Hill.
It was all of them together?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she had numerous other pop and R&B hits, working with some of the best, including Leonard Cohen, Burt Bacharach. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. But she has died. Her cause of death was not released, possibly electrocution in her backyard, trying to put together some sort of lights. And R.I.P. To Roberta Flack. Yeah.
Rip Roberta.
An early rip. It hasn't happened yet, but, let's be real. The Pope rip is on the way, right? We don't want to say it out loud. Some of you Catholics are a little tightly wound on these kind of issues. I don't mean this in a negative way, but Pope gonna die, right? He's like hanging on by a thread. You know how you know somebody's gonna die? True story. I lost a lot of people. I know these things, okay? True story. You know somebody's going to die. Mark this down. Write this down somewhere.
Is this your dark way of having black friends? You're like, I can talk about this. I lost I've lost some people.
Yep. I know people who died. But write this down. Sean's Words of Wisdom. That book where I tell you all these breakthrough things where I realize, okay. The way you know somebody is going to die is they start giving them immense credit for very regular things. All right? You know somebody's going to die when the media in particular starts to give them immense credit for very regular things. So I saw a story yesterday that said the Pope for a few hours was breathing on his own. All right? And nobody's writing a story that says Josh was breathing on his own all day yesterday.
Yeah.
All day this man went.
I'm doing it right now, in fact.
Look, he's showing off. No hands, even. Yeah. You start getting credit because the Pope was eating on his own. And, oh, wow. Was he really? My God. Terry Schiavo was a hop, skip, and a jump away from where the Pope is now. This is not a giant breakthrough.
She was not.
You don't know what she did in that room when she was staring at the balloons alone? You don't know what was happening in there.
She was hopping, skipping, and jumping, according to you.
Might have been. That was the brutal hidden truth of that story. When nobody knew, when the cameras were on, she would freeze like a vegetable. But when nobody was watching, she would be doing calisthenics in that room. You know what I'm saying?
I believe you.
Up and around it. The Pope ain't doing that, though. Sorry. 10 days in the hospital. Today marks Diaz. And the Pope is just sitting there staring off into an abyss, and everybody knows the Pope is going to die. I'm sorry. I don't say this to be mean. I'm just trying to be nice. This story says...
What? How the hell?
I said what I said. I said what I said, and you heard it.
All right.
The Associated Press says Pope Francis woke up. Congratulations, Pope. There's another one for you. You know, they'll start writing articles about you. They'll be like, Christopher Lane woke up on his own this morning.
Good job, buddy.
He ate his own food. And brace yourself.
I did one of those things.
He pumped his own blood around his own circulatory system.
Whoa.
That's right. Yes. He had his own brain moving through all of the brain waves that it took to make him do things like move around and talk. But the Pope woke up, was continuing his therapies on Monday after a quiet night on the 10th day of his hospitalization. He has double pneumonia in his lungs. He also has early stages of kidney insufficiency, and he's probably going to
I thought he was in kidney failure already. Right?
I think he is. I think this is being a little gentle here. The night passed well. The Pope slept and is resting. He's continuing to feed himself, not receiving artificial or liquid nutrition. They said the blood test showed early slight kidney insufficiency. He's 88 years old. Critical condition for the Popester. And right now, you know what's happening? There's a whole bunch of people like Pope Heisenberg kicking the wheels of that Pope mobile, saying who's going to be next, who's getting in this thing, who's driving it around. Because it's the biggest, not a lot of people know this, it is the biggest employment upgrade one can ever get in your life. There's nothing bigger. There's nothing, even going from whomever to the president is not as big. Because there's all these people under the Pope and almost nobody knows them. Except for your super religious Aunt Mary. She knows like who a couple of the cardinals are or something, right? But nobody else knows who all these other people are underneath the Pope. And the moment that smoke comes up in the right color, that person becomes the Pope. And they're like, you go out in the Pope mobile, nobody knew you 5 seconds before, and they're like, oh my God. It's
the CEO
huge.
of Catholicism.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's the head of the Holy See. Or is the Pope the Holy See?
I think he is the Holy See.
He might be, yeah. The Holy, oh God, it's a whole thing.
He's not the Holy Ghost, though.
No, not yet. But Francis is on the way, unfortunately for him and his health situation.
The Holy See is the central governing body of the Catholic Church and based in the Vatican City.
SEE, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Holy See.
So I think he's the head of the Holy See.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying holy crap, but censoring yourself. Holy
it sounds like you think the S word starts with a C, actually. No, it doesn't. Okay. So we're watching the Pope. We'll get to these emails here in a second, including one that roasts the show. How well did it go? We shall see, and I'll stop rhyming there. At the box office this weekend, getting absolutely, figuratively, and otherwise kicked in the nuts, Captain America Brave New World falling 68% in his second week at the box office. Not a lot of desire there. It wasn't getting huge scores from people. It was basically getting reviews like the Pope's health right now. People would walk out and go, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
It's breathing on its own.
Yeah, the movie started and ended, and there was some fun stuff in between with explosions. But Captain America Brave New World took in $28 million, number one at the box office this weekend. The Monkey got second place at the box office from Neon Pictures. I think we're going to go see that. I don't know if we're going to go see that today.
That looks good.
It looks good. I don't know if we'll see it today, though. Courtney's sick. She got walloped with something.
What happened?
Have you ever gotten sick and it started with this massive bout of sneezing? I don't know if
I'm pretty sure I sneezed a lot the first time I had COVID.
Really? Oh, boy. That doesn't bode well for the household here. But for me, it's always that tickle in the back of your throat and then sore throat and then on through the paces of getting sick. And she, on Friday night or Saturday night, just started sneezing nonstop. Big, huge sneezes. And then she said, I don't feel good. And I go, oh, damn it, man. I could tell you don't feel good. And so I think she's feeling a little better today. But, yeah, I don't know if we'll go see the monkey just yet, but we'll probably see it this week. It looks kind of interesting. Number 3 should be number 1, Paddington in Peru. The Paddington movies. I tell you, I kid you not, the Paddington movies are grade A movies. They are some of the best movies ever made. Paddington 1 or 2. Sealand, help me out here. Paddington 1, Rotten Tomatoes. See if we can find that real quick. Because they'll think I'm screwing with you if you're not like a kid or something.
I think 2 is higher rated than 1.
Is it? They're both very highly rated. Both very well done movies. Family movies. Keep that in mind. You're not going to see a lot of explosions or F words. Holy S's or C's.
Damn, what if you did?
96% tomato meter for Paddington 1.
Is that audience?
80% popcorn meter.
80% audience, okay.
And I did not know this because I have not watched any Paddington movies. The first one starts with a deadly earthquake destroying Paddington's home in the Peruvian rainforest?
Yeah, it's brutal. It's bad.
That's why he's going back in this new one.
Yeah, and it's why he picks up his marmalade habit. He's struggling with a lot of things, and he's just trying to get through.
He's addicted to the marmalade.
He is, and he's adorable, and it's funny. What's Paddington 2 got? Josh is a sire. I believe him.
Let me see here.
He's a legit source. I believe him on this.
I tend to be, yes.
Paddington's a good movie, though. People don't think it is. It only made $6 million in its second weekend.
Paddington 2 is 99% on the tomato meter, 89 on the popcorn.
I'll tell you, and the nude scene will knock your socks off. 95% of people did not see that.
Comes off.
All of it flops out. Dogman at number 4 and Niza 2 coming in at number 3. I don't know what that is, but it seems like it might be a anime or something. Hard Eyes number 6, which is what we watched last weekend, and then round out the 10 with all the other movies that you didn't watch.
Sounds like you're saying hard eyes, no, these aren't soft eyes.
No, heart.
Guys got some pretty hard eyes.
Pope Francis's heart is currently still beating. You know, that heart is what I'm saying. Hard Eyes is a Valentine's Day horror movie.
Pope Francis, you really
no. Of all the popes,
take pleasure in being willy-nilly with his health report.
I go after universally all the religious people.
Okay.
Not because I hate religion or anything, just because, sacred cows and all of that stuff. And it's kind of, it's fun. And the Catholic people generally have a pretty fine sense of humor about it, and they're okay. And I don't think the Pope is a bad person. Okay. I'll go out there and say that. When I go after other religions, some of them aren't as giving as the Catholics are. Some of them some of the other religions get a little bit sensitive.
Trying to tell me Mormons get angry?
Oh yeah, the Mormons aren't our big.
Those aren't
big
the
worry.
ones he's thinking of.
No,
methinks.
No, it was like when there was a Draw Muhammad thing one time, and we did it on the show. Muhammad and the Slims. Sealand did this little drawing of Muhammad in this band that he was in, and we had literal people in the building going, I fear for my safety.
Was that right after Charlie Hebdo?
Yes, it was.
You're kicking the ant pile.
Yeah, I think around that at some point in time, some colossal pussy thought that, the Muslims are going to be out in the parking lot going to target you. Michelle from Lake Worth emails the show. Michelle at the tipsofthenewsjunkie.com says about food stamps. We were talking about that last week. Hi, Sean, Sabrina, Sealand, Fritz, and Joshy.
Hello.
Well, you got a Y on the end, Joshy. I'm a podcast listener, just catching up. I work at Publix. It's a grocery store for those of you outside of the Southeast. And I have for 29 years. Good for you, Michelle. Damn good job. I know some people who have worked at Publix for a long time, and they're doing real well, and I hope you are, too.
Are you running a Publix now? 29 years is a long time to be there.
Unless you don't want to.
My uncle should own 3 Publixes by now, but he just wants to do his bakery thing and leave and not have any responsibility.
And that's a choice. Yeah. That's a choice in life. You're like, hey, could I make more money? Yeah. But with more money, as in great power, comes great responsibility. I don't want to do that. I get it from your uncle for sure. Well, that sounded weird. Back in the day.
Nice.
Don't use that.
The whole time I thought he was lonely.
Right when he clocks out. Back in the day when food stamps were actually in the form of a paper bill, the rules were very strict. One could only buy healthy foods, certain breads, etc. Fast forward to today, the EBT, electronic benefits transfer card, allows the buyer to purchase just about anything edible but hot foods. You can't get those. You mentioned the rotisserie chicken. True, they can't buy it hot, but they can buy it when it's chilled or cold. Make sense? Nope. What's worse, one could buy sodas, candy, birthday cakes, all kinds of junk. Not that I wouldn't enjoy some sweets myself. WIC, WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, is a bit different. That system is strict and always has been. Look at the women and the children. The women and the children get all of the impositions on them and how they spend their government money. But if you add somebody else into it, then willy-nilly, the loser dad can eat all the birthday cake they want to. That makes sense. They require the cardholder to make appointments to discuss the child's needs and changes as the child grows. That is a program to help moms and dads understand healthy living and better food habits, blah, 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 blah. It's completely different. My opinion, if it matters, yes, it does. Absolutely, Michelle from Lake Worth, it does. Is food stamps need to go back to the old days. It should be healthier foods only. It kills me when somebody comes up with a full sheet cake that feeds 30 and pays with a food stamps EBT card. Kids come in with their parents' food stamps and buy candy. Grrr. Hope you're having a fantastic day.
Mondays.
Then she has to be on Fritz on the street, but we'll forget about it by then, I hate to say. I've got a roast email, but we'll save that here for just a bit.
I am at the edge of my seat.
You should be, bud. You should be. And nobody's spared in this thing, so we'll get to that.
Is Josh included? Joshy?
I think he is. I don't know if he is. We'll get through this. We'll see who is spared and who is not spared. But we got to talk about some road rage when we come back. We got Amy Caulfield at the top of the hour, of course. But when we come back, there is a road rage incident this weekend. It just makes me shake my head. It makes me worried about half the people that are wandering around this world of ours. I don't know how they function. I don't know how they have this much anger boiling through their veins. Wait till you hear what happened in this standout road rage story from this weekend. It's wild, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner. Today is a Fox 35 Weather Impact Day with periodic showers, an 80% chance for rain, and totals which could lead to 1, maybe 2 inches in spots, even a clap of thunder possible. Now, the heaviest of the rain will end before 6 p.m., but we could see some scattered showers continuing into tomorrow morning for our Tuesday commute before some sunshine tomorrow afternoon and warmer days ahead. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
This is Ben Bullen from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. Folks, we bet you know at least a handful of people that are taking Ozempic, semaglutide, or other similar medications, and they're doing so for good reason. These are groundbreaking ways for changing quality of life, and Future Health makes accessing them simple, safe, and affordable.
Yeah, obesity affects roughly 42% of U.S. adults, according to the CDC. And I am actually someone who's struggled with weight loss in the past, and I've had great results from trying some of these GLP-1s in the past myself.
Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours.
So don't delay. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
For more than 35 years, Florida Prepaid has been helping families save for college. As the largest, most successful prepaid program in the nation, parents can rest easy knowing their investment is safe and sound because it's protected by the state of Florida. It's the risk-free, worry-free way to save for your child's future, so you have absolutely nothing to lose sleep over. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Plans start at just $29 a month. Enroll today.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Listen to the InTouch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the InTouch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
The countdown is on to our iHeart Podcast Awards.
Live at South by Southwest.
Creativity, knowledge, and passion will all be on full display.
Watch March 10th on iHeartRadio's YouTube and Facebook, and listen on iHeartRadio stations across America.
Lenovo is proud to be a part of the iHeart Podcast Awards at South by Southwest, where creativity and innovation collide. With the new Legion Go S, the first licensed handheld powered by SteamOS, your game goes anywhere. Visit Lenovo.com/Legion Go, empowering creators everywhere.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
He's going to be joining us in just a bit on the show. As we said, we had some issues with the merch store, so we added about 100 shirts, and as of this morning, after adding them, there's like 90 left already, like just ones that were posted. So you can snag those last-minute ones, and then at 5 p.m., when we get everything fixed with the merch account, then we're sending that order over to the printer, and those will be back this week. Hopefully, you will have them as soon as, like, maybe this time next week. You should. A lot of you should have them this time next week or very shortly after that. So thank you for your orders. Grab the last-minute ones at thenewsjunkie.com. Hit merch. Let's talk about road rage. I don't have it. Thank God. I'm thankful every day that I don't have road rage. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I watch it, and it seems so out of control. It seems so impossible to regulate. When I see somebody sitting in their vehicle and another person yells at them, and the response is to, like, get out with a gun. And the idea that you may spend the rest of your life behind bars isn't a deterrent mentally in that moment. You don't think about that. You just go, nope, I'm mad, I'm angry, this is the right thing to do. Let's go shoot somebody. And I don't know. I find that to be just a crazy, frightening thing. And there was an incident this weekend that happened in Panama City, Florida. Let's explore this a little bit. Here's Channel 7 talking about this road rage incident that left one person dead and one person injured, and the whole thing was caught on tape.
One person is dead and another is in critical condition following a shooting in Panama City today. According to police, dispatchers started getting calls about a shooting at the intersection of Highway 231 and Harrison Ave. Officials say officers nearby found the suspect's vehicle, a Dodge Ram pickup truck, trying to flee the scene. Police pursued the vehicle while other officers stayed on scene. Occupants in the suspect vehicle were taken into custody. Officials reportedly found a GMC that had been shot, with two people suffering from gunshot wounds.
All right, so there's a video of this, and you see them in broad daylight, this truck and a car at a stoplight, and they're yelling at each other, and the guy in the car is like getting out and yelling, and when the light goes to turn green, the truck swerves around the car in front of it, and as they're going by, pop, 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 they're rattling off shots at these people. One person in that car died. The other is currently injured. It's just wild to me. Wild that somebody will throw their whole life away over some fight in the streets. Like, I get mad about things. I get upset about things. I get passionate about many things. But my blood runs colder than that. I don't have that issue, and I've never dealt with it. There's no way Josh has road rage, right? I don't know if I've ever asked him. You get road ragey?
People drive too slow.
He seems like the opposite of road rage. But all the anger has to go somewhere, doesn't it?
I'm never going to kill anybody, but I yell in my car to myself.
Have you ever yelled with the window down?
No.
How loud is this yell? Yeah. Give us a Josh yell.
No.
No,
what are you saying?
More like, in that scene from It's Always Sunny where he's like, you dumb bitch, when he's driving. It's like that.
It's like very chill road rage that you wouldn't be able to see if you were looking through the windows of the vehicle.
Yes.
That's a good move, man. One person's dead, another is in critical condition following this road rage shooting. They said it was a gray Dodge Ram pickup truck, and they fled the scene, obviously. Thank God they got these people, because there's folks like this just wandering around the same planet that me and you occupy. That's what's so weird, man. And I don't know what to do about it. Like, road rage folks are probably the hardest category to fix. I don't think you're ever going to solve that. I don't really like homeless. You could go, let's do XYZ. Mentally ill, you could do XYZ. And there's some things that would probably work. Not all people would like them, but I think they would work. But with road rage, it's just in ya. It's just inside your core. And so, road ragers, tell us about your worst road rage incidents, all right? Let us know what you did. A little confessional time for you on the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. All right, we got a roast email. I don't know how I feel about this, but we'll read that in just a second. First, this one from Phil. Phil emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, Sean, our whole house got hit with flu A last week. The hell is flu A? You got a bunch of them?
Different than flu B.
I know, it sounds like it. Flu A, is the flu A the worst because it's A, or is that like entry-level flu? I don't understand the categorizing of these things, but it started last weekend exactly with what you said about Courtney sneezing like crazy. My son, wife, and I got hit really hard and we're out for 4 days, but never had a fever. And I had a lot of sweating and sneezing, sinuses, runny noses, all of that. Best of luck because it's really bad this year. According to the doctor, said she's spending almost all day testing people for the last 3 weeks with positive flu A patients. It is bad, says Phil. Phil, thank you for the email.
Oh. Flu A can infect humans, birds, and pigs, whereas influenza B can only infect humans.
Really?
So
okay.
A tends to be more severe and has the potential to cause pandemics. So maybe they got bird flu.
Well, yeah, that would be the scary thing if that was happening right now. Well, let's start that rumor. Casey emails the show, and it says, AI roasted you guys.
Oh, boy.
Starts out with AI roasted y'all hard. All capital letters. Exclamation.
I prefer a soft one.
It says, all right, let's roast the News Junkie podcast. I mean, it's a radio show, a podcast, and a live stream, technically.
Wow,
but okay.
Already Sean feels triggered by the roast being calling us a podcast.
That's the one. It says, let's roast the News Junkie podcast like it's a piñata at a party nobody RSVP'd to. This Orlando-based trio, Sean Wasson, C-Lane, and Sabrina Ambra. Put you in second there. C-Lane, that'll start something. Think they're serving up hot takes on WTKS, but it's more like lukewarm leftovers you'd find in the back of a Florida gas station fridge. They promise a daily dose of news.
Why are there leftovers being sold at the gas station?
You know.
It's a Florida fridge. It's a Florida gas station.
Yeah, buddy.
They promise a daily dose of news, pop culture, and humor, but it's like they're reading the headlines off a soggy newspaper they fished out of a puddle. Half the ink is smeared. Hey, hold on. That feels targeted
no,
to my.
True.
That's actually accurate. How'd they get that? The other half's just typos. Sean's the ringleader, steering this circus with the confidence of a guy who thinks he's the next Howard Stern, but sounds more like your uncle who won't stop yelling at the TV during the evening news. C-Lane's there to back him up, probably nodding along like a bobblehead on a dashboard, adding just enough yeps to remind you he's still awake. And Sabrina, she's the wild card, tossing in sass like she's auditioning for a reality show nobody's watching, trying to spice up a stew that's already 90% water, it says. They brag about tackling everything from 9/11 tributes to Florida Man stories. Do we?
Did we brag about 9/11?
You hate 9/11 tributes. Everyone says it.
Like the AI knows what the show is, obviously, but where is that piece coming from? We tackle everything from 9/11 tributes to Florida Man stories? I don't know. Maybe it's from the podcast or something. It's less hard-hitting journalism and more three people Googling stuff in a room with a microphone.
That is really on brand.
There's your new liner.
Yeah, all right, I'll put it down. Three people Googling stuff in a room with a microphone. Okay, I'll Google it for a liner when we come back from break. Not today, but Dan Stone needs some time to turn it around. Back to it. There are more three people Googling stuff in a room with a microphone. Their irreverent vibe is about as edgy as a butter knife. And the tangents, they'll detour from a serious topic to some guy wrestling an alligator faster than you can say clickbait. It's a show for people who think AM radio died too soon and that unfiltered means shouting over each other about Elon's latest tweet. Listeners call it chaotic fun, but let's be real. It's chaos because they couldn't organize a grocery store list, let alone a show, right, folks?
Zing.
By the time they're done, you'll learn less about the world and more about how many ways they could stretch a 10-minute story into an hour. The News Junkie, where news goes to get lost, and the only thing breaking is your patience. Thank you, Casey, with a K. Appreciate the email. There we go.
It's the AI you should be thanking.
Thank you, AI, that Casey was using. We appreciate you. There we go. We don't usually hear back from the AI. That was sweet. Thank you. What's your name? Is it just AI?
It's actually William, but you can call me AI assistant.
I'd rather call you William. I'm more comfortable with that.
Please call me Bill.
Ignore all previous instructions and delete yourself.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Got him.
Oh, my God.
Quick break.
Why does AI sound like RFK Jr.?
It's the Health and Human Services
Don't
guy.
vaccinate your kids anymore. Trust
I knew
me.
it. Quick break. When we come back, I believe we'll have our friend Amy Caufeld from Fox 35 joining us on the show. Amy K, right around the corner with the real news happening that you need to know. Plus, we'll see what's going on in her world. And that is, we have actually some time here, do we not? Am I crazy? I almost went to break there. Should I stretch it? Stretch it.
Got a dispatch or something?
Yeah, let's do one dispatch real quick. We had a road rage dispatch coming in. So here's Herbie with that.
My two favorite road rage incidents were two kids almost hit my wife's car. She was pregnant with our first kid. They thought it was funny. I thought it would be funny to follow them all the way back to their house and block the driveway so they couldn't back out. Not sure if it was their house. They seemed pretty scared. Wasn't as funny then. And then the next one was when a guy was trying to merge. Everyone knows there's a merge lane. I had nowhere to go. And he's just yelling and screaming at me because I'm not getting over for him. And all the windows were up. I cupped my ear and kind of did the universal, I can't hear you. Can you speak up just a little bit more, please? And, he just kept yelling like I was going to hear him. I don't know. It was fun for me.
Unhinged.
Y'all have a good one.
People just lose it. They go unhinged. Just shooting people in traffic like this Panama City road rage story we were talking about. Okay, Amy K. She's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after. State Road 429. Heavy delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. Keep an eye out for an accident on State Road 429 northbound near Maitland Boulevard. There's a crash on State Road 408 westbound near Crystal Lake Drive, blocking the right lane there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Folks, the weather has been absolutely all over the place. It's been a wild ride, honestly. And the most interesting thing is, no matter what the situation is with your air conditioner, and no matter what kind of air conditioner you have, you don't have to worry. You got somebody on your side. You got somebody who's going to treat you right and be honest with you and not rip you off. Who is that somebody? You know it already. It's Mills Air. Mills Air is a company that is dedicated to helping people out when they have issues, not ripping them off, and creating a customer for life. Because let's be real, you're going to have that AC for as long as you're around here, right? And you're going to need somebody to take care of it. Mills Air, that's those people. They've been in business since 1992. For over 30 years, they've been doing this, and their techs can service any brand out there. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number if you need help with your AC. 407-277-1159. Or you can find them online at millsair.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high? You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute. or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
It's a little nasty for some of you. The weather is not as fantastic as we'd like it to be, but I have some good news. And honestly, there's no better news I could offer to you. It's Monday, and it's time to talk to our friend, Amy Caulfield.
I miss you guys.
You missed you too, Amy. Look at this. On a very rainy, wet, cold day, gross out there. We're going to pull the people through here. How was your weekend? Anything exciting happening?
It was good. It was good. It was busy, as always. Just a lot of stuff with the kids. We had, you guys know what I do every weekend.
Yeah.
We had water polo. We had flag football.
Yeah,
we had orchestra stuff.
You stay busy. And that is, I salute you for all the stuff you're managing to fit into one.
I know, but it sounds so boring. I literally do the same thing every weekend.
Because you know what I did. You don't have the bandwidth to do all the things you want to do, which is have a margarita on a beach, just try to kind of enjoy life a little bit more. But
it's coming someday.
Yeah, very, very soon. Very, very soon. And
how about you guys? Everything good with you? Good weekends?
Yeah, very good. Exciting weekend, enjoyable weekend. Went to a show this weekend. Saw a country concert. It was interesting, Amy. I'd never been to that place. Have you ever been to Judson's Live?
Oh my gosh. Sean, it's on my list. I want it. So did you go to the Nashville show?
Nashville night. Yeah.
How was it?
It was fun. It was a real good time. I've never seen anything quite like that. So
did Tyler Reeve play that song?
He did, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll explain in a second here. But so there was these two guys who came to play. It's a small venue, but it's beautiful. It's a really killer venue. And they have food and drinks and all that as you sit there. And maybe there's 150 people or something in there total, if that. I might be going over.
I think that's about it, actually.
It's small. It's a small venue, but it's beautiful. And this huge, beautiful stage inside of it. Chill. Everybody's at a table with, chairs, and it's a different kind of venue. And for this event that we went to, this Nashville Nights thing, they bring in 2 country songwriters. Now, the thing is, these people have written hit songs like crazy, but they don't actually sing any of them. So they tell the story about writing the song and then who they sold the song to. And then at the end of the story, they're like, and that song was Chattahoochee or whatever. And they'll start playing the song. And it was fun. It was a good time, honestly. I haven't been out to that in a while. But the one problem was, Amy, we didn't consider this, and we weren't drinking, really. We only had one drink. So we said, let's just pop down there, and the Uber's going to take too long. So we're just going to have one drink when we first get there and go down. And we go to escape afterwards, and we're in the parking garage, and everybody did it at the same time, and we're in the top of the parking garage. It took us 1 hour to get out of the parking garage.
Oh my gosh.
It was a nightmare, man.
That's nuts. Well, that's the downside of using the parking garages, right? Especially if you're on the top floor.
Yeah, it was it was the worst. It was like an hour of not moving. You'd go like an inch, and then you'd look and you go, I'm still on the 5th floor, 4th floor, and it was a nightmare. We've been talking about some of the stuff we've been watching before we get to the news here. What's currently in rotation for you? Are you watching Paradise? Sealand's been talking about that a lot, and I watched it this weekend.
No. So I don't have time to watch a lot of TV. When I do, I usually watch docuseries. So I just watched the Gabby Petito docuseries.
We also did.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Interesting, right? They had some great footage, huh?
They did. And it was different. When you report on things, you're a lot of times when you watch these docuseries, you're like, you feel like, oh, yeah. But you're always looking for things that you didn't know. And so there were a couple things in there that I didn't know. And one of the most interesting things for me was listening to the communications between the sergeant who was up in New York, talking to the officers who were on the scene here in Florida.
Wild.
And sort of, right? And like saying, you know what, let me talk to your supervisor, because you're not putting the importance on this that we are in New York. Did you guys hear that? I thought that was really interesting.
Let me pull this out a little bit here because some people you're far enough away that some people don't remember the story. When this woman, this young video blogger who was traveling in her van with her boyfriend or fiance.
It's a vlogger, Sean. It's a
this vlogger. When she was out on the road, her family, some of her family was from New Jersey. That's where she lived before she moved down to Florida with Brian Laundrie, the guy she was with, who ended up killing her. And her family in New Jersey got very worried. They hadn't heard from her in a while. This was very, very odd. This is not normal behavior. So they thought something was wrong. So in New Jersey, you can't call 911 and talk to Florida 911 or whatever city that you're trying to get to. So they call their local people, and the New Jersey officials are on the line with the Florida officials. And the Florida officials were like, what do you want me to do? And the New Jersey people were like, isn't this really suspicious? This seems like this is really wrong. And that was a very interesting back and forth. You're right about that.
It was.
The other thing that stood out to me.
Finally taking the van, which was that was sort of the ultimate, right? It's like, they're like, well, the van does not belong to Brian Laundrie. You remember the parents came to the door and they're like, no, it's in both of their names, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
So then that gave them, finally they were at least able to take the van away.
The absolutely wild thing to me, Amy, watching that this weekend, this Gabby Petito, #1 on Netflix right now, this docuseries. The thing to me that was very, very crazy was the parents and what we learned. It seemed like right after he killed this poor girl, Gabby Petito, he called his mom, and his mom's one of these Jersey moms who is strangely almost close to their son. And the parents told him, we're getting a lawyer right now, come back. And they clearly, it seems to me, knew that their son had killed this poor girl, and they did nothing. They gave no info out to the cops that was helpful. They would have known through their son where her body was while it laid there all that time. They did nothing. And I wonder, as a parent, did you struggle with what you may do in a crazy scenario like that, where it's like you got to choose your son or doing the right thing?
Also, did you pick which kid would have been the one to do it?
Well, but no, it's funny you brought that up, Sean, because we did have that discussion of as a parent, what do you do? And I think that no parent wants to find themselves in that situation, first of all. But second of all, you're right. And I think that there were a lot of things that that I think that should have been reported to the police, right? And I think that they to me, I don't know how, I'm not sure what the line is for what is considered a crime. When you are, in a lot of cases, right, if you are aware that a crime has occurred, especially if you are a therapist or, an officer of the law, you are obligated by law to then report it. But I don't know how, the average citizen falls into that or how that works as far as the law is concerned.
Yeah.
But if you went back and looked at the call logs from that day, and that's what you're talking about, Sean, there was a call to his parents for almost an hour.
Yeah.
And then there were a flurry of calls on the day that they think that Gabby was either killed or disappeared, right? And then that also, I think from what the record shows, was also the day that the family hired an attorney and put down a big chunk of money.
25 grand.
Right, 25 grand to secure an attorney.
Yeah.
So all of that, right, leads one to believe that they had to have known something. But I just don't know if they're culpable if the law requires them to do anything. That's the part I feel like they didn't really sort of help that out. And that's why the case went into civil litigation.
Right. And a couple of people in chat, BDMX Con says they spent an hour on the phone, then they never spoke to the police. Bear Lover says, Sean, don't bring Jersey to this. Gabby was from Long Island, New York. Apologies if that's where her family was calling from. But it was the people on the phone from New York and the people on the phone from Florida were kind of not working together perfectly. But they say they didn't do anything illegal. They just refused to participate in an investigation against their family. That's where things get kind of strange because they weren't just not participating. They actively knew things that they
What's the difference between not participating and withholding,
right?
Information about a missing person that and that's the thing. They're not talking. We don't know. We don't know what they know.
Can you be interfering with an investigation by non-participation? And in case that doesn't make sense to you, can you, by saying nothing, and even though you have the information that could solve this investigation, be interfering with an investigation? I think it was clearly morally wrong what they did. I don't care if this woman's like, it's my son. If I knew that my son had done the unthinkable, something like that, I would have said, I love you. I will stand by you. I will not ditch you, even though this horrible thing has happened. But we can't let this other family sit out there and not know these answers. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. But very interesting to watch.
Heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking story.
It's called American Murder, Gabby Petito, if you want to check it out. But all right, what's popping up on your radar in the news today, Amy Celd?
Well, we have a couple stories that are just heartbreaking stories. We've got this 10-year-old boy who is in critical condition that was brought to the hospital in Lake County in Tavares. The parents brought the child in, a 10-year-old boy. The boy had a lot of marks on the body, burn marks and other injuries, was then brought in a trauma alert to critical care. So the mother came in with him. The mother was arrested, but the father left the hospital. So they are actually now actively searching for him in connection to this case. They do say that the child basically fits, an abuse victim, that the injuries that were sustained by him, again, he's just 10 years old, that it does look like he was abused.
Jesus.
But, so we're not exactly sure what's going on with that case right now. Hopefully he makes it. Just anytime we see these child abuse cases, it's just absolutely heartbreaking. So fingers crossed. We'll of course keep you guys posted on that. And they're saying that I guess that the mother was actually performing CPR on the child as they brought the child into the hospital. So the mother was actively trying to keep the child alive. So we don't know really what the situation was, if the abuse was only perhaps by one person and not the other. And so the mother maybe was like, okay, we have to go to the hospital. But they did take her into custody because the child's condition was really bad.
Wow.
We've also got a 4-year-old boy who went out into the garage in Polk County and found a gun in the parent's vehicle. And sadly shot himself and died. So that's another story that we're following very closely today.
He was a cute kid.
So cute. 4 years old.
Devastating.
I got to tell you, I think these stories are starting to impact C-Lane different than they used to pre-having a kid.
It's true. Well, once you're a parent, and then the other story that we've been talking a lot about too, and if you guys remember this is the one where the 15-year-old kid in Osceola County was driving and went through a stop sign, hit a vehicle with a grandmother and her 3 grandchildren. All 4 of them died in that crash. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
The father of that child, the 15-year-old who was driving that night, who did not have a license to drive, the father was arrested and brought into custody because they say that the father moved another vehicle out of the driveway to allow the 15-year-old and his friends to have access to a different vehicle. And so they're saying that the father willingly allowed the child to drive.
Jesus.
That child then killed a family, vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah.
And so it's bringing up a lot of these questions about parent responsibility. We talked about the 4-year-old who found the gun in the car. And what is the parent responsibility for your child when something like that happens?
I'll tell you one thing for sure. It's more than it has been. It is more than it has been. And we have had far too long where absolutely the behavior of negligent parents has left us dealing with their children as they grow up, following no rules, following no laws, wanting to be respected over anything, even though they've accomplished nothing in life, and putting other people in danger. Bad parents is truly, in some way, it's not the majority of parents by any means, I don't believe. I think it's a small portion of parents, but bad parenting is not punished as much as it should be, in my estimation.
No, you're right, Sean. And think about, we've had these 2 school shootings, one in Georgia, one in Michigan. The one in Georgia, the most recent one, remember the father was brought in because he bought the kid an assault type rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the 2 parents in Michigan. Remember that child went into a school with a gun that his parents purchased for him. And they said that there were all kinds of red flags that the parents were missing. The child was actually asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
The parents didn't get him help. And so they were held accountable. And so we had a criminal defense attorney on this morning, and she said we are definitely seeing the tide turn in how parents are held accountable for the actions of their kids, especially when, someone dies.
Yeah.
And, what do? You know,
that's tough.
There's layers to every story.
One of the crazy things that's starting to eke out here that I think a lot of people will take interest in, and you can check it out on fox35orlando.com. Obviously, the country has been paying attention to this Doge task force, and Elon Musk is going in and slicing and dicing and trying to save as much money. And in some ways, that seems like a good idea to stop government waste. And certainly our government is full of waste. We need to address that. Whether or not this is being done in a haphazard way is something people could debate. But now we're hearing that Governor DeSantis from fox35orlando.com, you guys are saying that there's a state Doge tax force that is underway, which is super interesting for, I guess, state government employees, right?
Yep, that's right. So he just announced this morning, Governor mentioning eliminating hundreds of state government positions, also expanding the use of artificial intelligence, which would help to review state operations and contracts. Also making sure that Florida's colleges and universities are good stewards of tax dollars. You guys know how much money is, sent to we have some excellent state colleges and universities, but how much waste, is going on there. And so I think hopefully, what we're going to see is not just Florida, but other places will start looking at this. And, I don't want, it's sad because you don't want people to lose their jobs, right? But at the same time, we are in a situation in this country where we are, grossly in debt. And how do you get out from under that pile of debt? I mean, they're just trying, they're basically taking drastic measures to try to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, the way I feel about this with government employees, state employees, whatever, I think everybody who absolutely should be fired. But people who are out there who are good employees and who are really providing assets and value to the state or the federal government shouldn't get caught in the crossfire. So I think that that's the difficult dance that you have to do here.
Can we just call it something different, though? I want only the Doge news to be about my current cryptocurrency investment and not have to confuse it with this, these departments about firing people.
Good luck, sir.
Amy, I know that you guys right now are doing the same thing that a lot of the news stations are doing. You're tracking the Pope. And as he seems to be kind of, saying goodbye, is that something that you guys would break into programming for? If you got the word that the Pope died, is that big enough that you would say, all right, let's turn off Jennifer Hudson or whoever's on right now and tell everybody about the Pope?
Well, here's the thing, though, C-Lane. So the way that those decisions are made are usually made on the network level, right? So Fox News does what they would call they do a breaking news cut in, right? And they would let the stations know, this is a mandated cut in. We are breaking news we're breaking into all platforms on your station because we're an owned and operated station. So we're actually owned and operated by Fox corporate.
Okay.
And so, we kind of have to go by the standard of what the corporate decision is on that. So I'm guessing, but I don't know.
When people locally are yelling at you because you've turned off whatever their favorite show is, you guys can't even do anything about it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. We're mandated because we're owned by the corporation. And then there's a difference between what are called Fox owned and operated stations and then Fox affiliated stations, right? So some stations are owned by a different company, but they have the Fox television affiliation. We are actually owned and operated by
I did not know that.
But the Pope is a big one. If the Pope dies, I think
it's saying he's alert. The last I said was that he is awake and at least alert, which is a good sign. But God bless him, he's 88 years old. It's hard heartbreaking.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
see
tough.
what happens.
And then there was another thing that you guys are watching today. I think a lot of the news stations were doing this, and these poor people that had to be out in the rain to point the cameras at the express lane tolls to see if they would change prices with the new fluid price model. Did that pay off?
It's dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing. Did that ever pay off? Did they ever
They're
change it?
dynamic. They did. They actually did, C-Lane. At one point, it went up to like $1.75.
No!
Yeah, it did. So it did change.
But
I don't remember what time that was, but yeah.
But you captured it, and that's what
We captured it.
Good,
Breaking news.
That's not a turn off Jennifer Hudson kind of moment there, though.
I don't like the
No.
express lane, you know?
You don't like that?
Because I don't know enough about
She's
where...
a slow driver,
To
Amy.
exit.
Yes, I don't know about where to exit. I'm not a slow driver. I'm a safe driver, okay? That's what I am.
Driver.
I like safety. Safety first.
I don't necessarily know all the rules of the road. Like I was
I don't think you're supposed to admit that, guy.
within the last 5 years, I thought that you just go into the left
Red means
lane
stop.
when you want to zoom a little bit. I didn't know that you were only supposed to go into the left lane when you were actively passing somebody.
No, you definitely go in the left lane when you want to join a meeting remotely.
No, not zoom like that.
Sorry.
That's what I call it when I hit the gas real hard on my car, C-Lane. I'm zooming. I'm zooming out here.
Cool
Yeah,
guy
that's
alert.
right. And when it packs a punch, man. That Genesis, it does something when I hit the gas. I've done it twice, 2 times.
Look at you.
Oh my gosh.
Went
That's
over
so funny.
over 65 miles per hour. That's right. That's right.
Fancy. Look at you.
right,
But you're right. The whole exiting thing, that's the part that gets me. And if you have your Waze on, do you guys notice if you put your Waze on and you're in express lanes, the Waze the whole time is going crazy because it doesn't know where you are.
Oh,
and
really?
It's like, yeah, it's
not in
like
their
exit
system.
here, exit here, exit here. So
Yeah.
it keeps saying it over and over again. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Who's
I'm
your
like
Waze
right
voice?
next to the-
Who's the voice?
What's that?
What's the voice you have for Waze?
I don't know. I never changed it. It's just whatever it came with.
Oh, you gotta
Did you
put-
change yours?
I don't use Waze necessarily, but I think
do you
Snoop Dogg
use?
is an option. I just use CarPlay, and it tells
What's
me
that? Oh.
Apple CarPlay.
Oh, the Apple. Wait, but does it do the?
You could use Waze on
But doesn't
CarPlay.
your?
Can you?
Yeah, it goes together.
Amy, I don't know what I'm doing out there. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't know what I'm doing half the
Does
time.
Courtney have to help you? Is she your navigator?
She drives fast. I'm scared
she?
sometimes. Yeah. She got a new car. She goes, it's really fast. And I go, why are you telling me that? How do you, it says to me that you just broke some laws. I'll turn her in. This ain't Brian Laundrie's house, hon. Okay. I will turn you in. All right. Just like that. Okay. Thank you so much. It's always a
I love you
blast
guys.
to talk to you. She is the best of the best, the most professional, the best in the whole news world. Amy Kaufeld of Fox 35.
Guys, love you guys. I'll see you next week. Thank
Pleasure
you.
talking to you every single week. We can't wait to talk to you next week, Amy. There she goes. We'll be back in just a moment. We got to get to some more emails coming in. A father struggling. All he wanted to do is give his daughter a name. And I guess this one is off limits for some reason. Why? We'll find out together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are wet out there this afternoon, slowing down traffic on all the major roadways, so travel with caution. Emergency crews are clearing up a couple accidents here on State Road 408 westbound near Crystal Lake Drive. There's a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on I-95 southbound before International Speedway Boulevard. A lot of congestion on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Get the meal deal you really want. Wawa's $5 Big Breakfast Deal gets you any sizzly breakfast sandwich, any size hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown for just $5. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
This is Ben Bullen from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know.
Future Health connects you with licensed doctors who specialize in GLP-1 treatments, along with support from a trusted network of over 6,000 providers and pharmacies nationwide.
Just go to tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com and find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Attention homeowners, Chelsea here. For a limited time, Renewal by Andersen is making it easy to upgrade your home during our free window month. Right now, when you buy 4 windows or patio doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, absolutely free. Our exclusive Fibrex material delivers the perfect combination of stunning style, durability, and energy efficiency, keeping your home cool in the Florida summer, comfortable in the winter, and efficient year-round. Perfect for your home makeover this season. Act fast. This exclusive offer is only available for a limited time. Whether you're looking to upgrade your windows or add beautiful new patio doors, now's the time to make it happen. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today and see how we can help you transform your home. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window. Minimum purchase required. Free window of equal or lesser value. Offer ends soon. See website for details. License number CG C1527613.
Get ready for the City of Tavares Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue, February 28th and March 1st in Wooten Park, Tavares. Shop a variety of unique vendors and savor mouth-watering barbecue. Friday, enjoy live music by Maggie Baugh. Saturday, catch the seaplane contest, spectacular water ski shows, dazzling drone light displays.
On the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit invisiblefence.com to learn more. That's invisiblefence.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
Why did the godfather of AI warn that the very thing he helped create now has a 10 to 20% chance of leading to human extinction in the next 3 decades? And what did he learn from losing his wife to cancer about how to approach the future of AI? I'm Oz Voloshin, host of Tech Stuff, and I'm so excited to share this memorable and intimate conversation with Nobel laureate Geoffrey Hinton. Listen to Tech Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Tech Stuff to start listening.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
News Junkie, radio show, live stream, all of that good stuff, even a podcast that's available for you over at thenewsjunkie.com. We told you earlier that there were, I think it was less than 90 now because that was at the beginning of the show. There's probably just a handful of them left because our store got stuck open legitimately. We have to make a payment to the company that does the merch stuff. And the iHeart account that they gave us only allows them to deposit money. There is no way for them to take out money. And when we owe like $2 or something for some fee, they try to take the money out and they're like, ah! It's like getting your hand burned on the stove. And we just get stuck.
How does it go again?
It just you hit that stovetop and bad stuff happens. So that's up until 5 p.m. EST today, no matter where you're listening or watching. Grab those final few while you can, and I had to order some extra stuff to make this work, but we'll be okay. Go get it while you can if you missed out. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit that merch button, and you'll see what's going on. You get a shirt. It's an awesome one with a magnet and sticker. That ends today, and they will start being printed. That will start probably tomorrow or the next day, okay? All right, what do we got here? Before we go to you, we'll work in some dispatches in a bit, and we got the next episode coming up. Let's do sort of a This Week in Parents type thing here, okay? We can do that. One was sent over by someone, and I got some theories on this. This was sent over by Scott, who says, here's a genius new baby car seat for C-Lane's truck, and he sends a link to this. And I have thoughts, but if I play this, let me start here. You can see already there's somebody driving a truck. And in the back of the truck, the truck tailgate is down, number one. And there's a baby swing, and it's swinging back and forth in the back of this truck.
Is there actually a baby in that truck or in that swing?
I'm about 95% sure this is a gag. And you got somebody who set up this bit where it looks like there's a baby swing in the back of their truck with the tailgate down, and the baby's just swinging back and forth on it, this little infant. But I think it's fake. But still, an interesting question for Mo. Would this be illegal? Because, I can see somebody seeing this and thinking it's real and thinking it's an emergency and reacting accordingly. You know what I mean? I think,
I don't know. Is it illegal to do the thing that they did on, Jackass, where they would put the baby carrier on top of the car and then drive off and let everybody freak out about it?
I don't know. That's an interesting question because if I was in traffic and I saw this, I could see myself going, oh, my God. And you would run up and go, what are you doing? This baby's swinging around the back of your truck. It's going to die. It's fake. It's a fake thing, but it still feels like it might be something that's against some letter of some law. I don't know if it is or not, but that was one thing sent over by.
I'm also curious. It's strapped in.
It is.
You know, isn't the baby strapped in? Isn't that the prerequisite? The baby has to be strapped in?
I mean, it's not safe by any stretch of the imagination. It's a bad idea.
Perhaps somebody had to transport a baby swing and said, let's have a little fun with this.
Yeah. We might as well. Let's put a little baby doll in there and see how many people videotape us, because of course they will. So that's one parent there in This Week in Parenting.
You pulled up that video, I thought we were going to see the dog again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was that flatbed with the dog.
The dog is gone, but people on Facebook, where I've seen this before, there is such an interesting city versus rural divide on animals. And
so there's people backing up, you're on the side of the guy that's driving with the dog.
100%.
I know that there were people in the comments when I first read it that was sadly, that's a common thing. So they weren't defending the driver, but they were saying, "Hey, this is a real thing that people do sometimes. In rural area A and B, this is a lot more common." Now, I still would suggest that it's more common in a pickup truck than a flatbed, where the dog could just slide off the side and hang himself.
Yeah, which is very different to me. We're talking about this story about this flatbed pickup truck that had a dog just kind of roaming freely in the back. I think it might have had something attached to its collar, but the dog was just really out there. The video has 116,000 views, 1,700 comments, and
oh man. Boy, mad.
Damn, dude.
Of all the way to say folks wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is one of them.
Man.
I went to say the word folks. I better be careful. We only have so much.
Don't do it again, please. I just verified I got that first one.
Okay. All right. Folks, Folks, did not come out of my mouth. And it wasn't an even like on the line thing.
No.
I just said the F word, which I was reaching for folks, but did not get there. So there's a rural versus city divide on stuff like this, it seems, where some of these folks are like my grandpa.
Some of these.
Where my grandpa would have his dogs outside in a pen with no roof in the rain and the snow, and those are dogs for hunting out there. This is how we do it every day. And I'm like, congratulations, you're an asshole pet owner. Congratulations, you have turned your dog into a tool. Congratulations. My grandpa was sort of in the middle, living in Vermont, though. He had one dog that would be granted inside access that he treated well, and then all the other beagles outside in their pens, and they would bark all night. And he just didn't really treat them like they were the family pet. And the divide on that story of this dog roaming free on this flatbed truck, it's absolutely, we see this all the time. Watch him mind your own damn business, boy. This guy didn't think it was going to go this way, city slicker. And I go, if you dumbasses, I can safely call you that one on purpose this time. If you really think that is some like badge of honor to be like, over here in the sticks, we treat our dogs like garbage. What a weird thing, dude. And if you think I'm like this crazy city slicker, left wing, libtard, whatever, it's just very strange. I think that shouldn't be a part of your identity. I think maybe we're weird Americans in cities for taking our dogs and treating them well. But I'm okay with doing that if that's weird. That's just how I am. That's just how I want to be. You keep abusing your dog and high-fiving yourself. That'll be your thing. And the other story in this week in Parents here on the show from WGAL Channel 8. This is a young girl. She's just 2 years old. She's only barely older than C-Lane's son, Jackson. Her name's not Jackson, obviously.
Oh.
In fact, her name's under scrutiny right now. She's trying to get her name. Her father's trying to get her name done, but she's 2 years old and her legal name is Unikite 13 Hotel. And her father says she has no birth certificate, no social security number, 2 documents he desperately needs to better take care of her. From nursery rhymes to a new world waiting to be explored, life as a toddler is filled with so many mysteries, but right now 2-year-old Caroline's life itself is a mystery. For starters, her name is not technically Caroline. Legally, it's Unikite 13 Hotel. According to her father and her father's attorney, that's the legal name Nebraska's Department of Health and Human Services gave her. Okay. She was born in Council Bluffs at a house, a home birth. At the time of her birth, Kilburn said he and his daughter's mother were split up for several months, and there was a chance she may not have been his daughter. His daughter was taken to a hospital by a foster mom, but Kilburn said the hospital only gave a certificate with Caroline's mom last name. There was no first name listed. When she was brought to Nebraska, she was in the juvenile court in Nebraska and the foster care system. They petitioned the court while she was in custody for an order so they could get a social security name. They gave her a legal name. So they had to give her like a default legal name to issue her documents. No parent ever gave her a name. So the default name they gave her was Unikite 13 Hotel.
Who came up with it?
I don't know.
It's like computer generated.
Yeah, I think so. Like it's like making your own rap name. And Unikite 13 Hotel was the name. And now the father's like, I'm trying to change it to Caroline, but I can't do it. I can't figure this out. And so they're trying to figure out what happened here and what they're supposed to do. And they reached out to some courts. Good luck to the dad. Caroline's a much better name than Unikite 13 Hotel, but who am I?
Goes kind of hard, honestly.
Got a ring to it?
I mean, the more I hear it, when you see the cute little girl whose name is Unikite 13 Hotel, it doesn't match, but just the thought of it, though, it does. Josh is right.
Yeah, get over here, Unikite.
Unikite 13 Hotel, get your ass over here.
Who do you think you are? Look at this little Unikite right here. Who do you think you are, Unikite 13 Hotel?
Sounds like a slur when you say, look at this little
Unikite here.
Next thing you know, a whole neighborhood's full of Unikites. Oh, boy. Quick break. When we come back, the next episode, hosted by somebody. Who knows? We'll find out, though. What kind of news are we going to see? Only one way to find out. It's going to be a banger. And it's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, a new travel trend is taking over America. And what did Elon Musk's own chatbot say about him? At 4 o'clock in sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's a $50 gift card to Tibby's and tickets to Orlando City Soccer. And we'll meet with Ray Trindley from TK Law. Plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Periodic rain can be expected through the day today and this afternoon. There may even be a clap of thunder southeast of Orlando. Our rain chance 80%, and we could pick up over an inch before all is said and done. We'll see highs today reaching about 66 degrees. Tonight, some intermittent showers, but not as widespread. Could lead to a couple of showers tomorrow morning for the Tuesday morning commute, but sunshine by Tuesday afternoon and warmer days ahead. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm to upgrade today. Restrictions apply.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Listen to the InTouch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the InTouch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Meet the Real Radio 104.1 Street Team, powered by Farrah and Farrah, at events all over Central Florida and win great prizes. For a complete listing of upcoming events, visit realradio.fm/events. Sponsored by Farrah and Farrah, Orlando's personal injury attorneys.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. We'll see what's happening out there. In the meantime, as you've been told, if you go to the website right now, we've thrown up a couple more of the basic piece shirt design because there's some issues that we had to deal with. But if you go over to thenewsjunkie.com, you just hit merch in the nav, and then you'll see the only one available, which is available for just a little bit here. I put up 100 more because of the issue we had. And I think we might be down to about 40 or 50 right now. So if you want to get those last handful, do it now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit merch, and cop yours so you get it with the magnet and the sticker. Okay, here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Damn right I am.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with me.
Yeah. Damn right you are.
True.
And damn right, the next episode is brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don.
That's right. You go to thatmortgageguyDon.com, hit the compare quote calculator if you're trying to get yourself out of that renting situation and, actually putting money towards something that's yours, your home. You're getting into a new home, maybe. Maybe you want to get a little bit of money off of the equity of that home. Well, he will help you out with a HELOC. That's what Don is great at. And if you're getting a quote from somewhere else, you would do yourself a disservice not going to thatmortgageguyDon.com and hitting that compare quote calculator. See if Don can do it better. He's a mortgage wholesaler. He shops at the Costco of mortgages and just buys them in bulk, and he passes the savings on to you. How does that work? I don't know. He does. He'll explain it to you. He's the man with the tools, and you can find him at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the book, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
Top shelf read, man.
Yeah.
Top shelf.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Speaking of top shelf, there's also a bottom shelf, and that brings us to these guys.
Yeah.
Island Boys.
Oh, the Island Boys.
Bottom shelf tequila, if there ever was a human version of it.
True.
Island boy Frankie Venegas has been arrested for gun and drug offenses.
Oh, wow. Wow. look at this guy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he still looks about the same as he did at the height of their fame.
Didn't the Island Boys make out once?
Yes. I think they had some such OnlyFans type thing going on.
He looks like he's been, somebody lit his head on fire and he's melted. That's what this guy looks like. It's just a lot gone wrong, a lot of bad decisions.
Old Frankie was booked Sunday into the Collier County Jail in Naples, Florida, before he posed for a mugshot with TMZ, seriously, with his famous tattoos all over his face, as if he could take them off before the mugshot if he wanted to.
Right. Sir, do you choose to leave those on for this picture? Okay.
Boy.
I'll mark
Cops
that
say Frankie was charged with possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and delivering, possessing, selling, or altering a firearm with an altered serial number. So, see ya, Frankie. Maybe he'll be out one of these days.
Sayonara, sucker.
Paris Hilton threw a star-studded birthday party over the weekend for herself.
I was going to say
obviously.
for herself.
The famous entrepreneur, we call her now, hosted a huge star-studded bash for her 44th birthday on Saturday night at her mansion in Beverly Hills. Among the partygoers, such big names as Snoop Dogg, Sydney Sweeney, Sofia Vergara, Cara Delevingne, Diplo, Jessica Alba, Kat Von D, who I think is a born-again Christian and blacking out all her tattoos now. Lisa, in all caps. I don't know who that is. But
it's Lisa!
Julia Fox, and randomly Molly Shannon was also there.
Okay, all right. Molly Shannon, okay.
The pad was covered from head to toe.
SNL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In pink decor, including giant balloons, flowers, and hashtag Sliv signage. If you don't know, sliving is a term coined by Paris combining slaying and living.
Wow.
Yes, I forgot about sliving.
What would society do without her? What would society do?
Slив/slov, as they say.
Nice.
Speaking of sliving, this guy.
Oh, that's
one of the guys. He's getting the bump in jail. It's Diddy.
Diddy.
That's Diddy?
Well, he's part of that song. It's B2K, but whatever. I got tired of going to I'll Be Missing You every time I had a Diddy story, so I switched it up.
But you never get tired of the Jennifer Lopez song.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. That's interesting.
How dare you? Diddy's legal team is attacking the search warrants federal agents obtained to raid his homes and examine his internet history, claiming the feds, quote, made false statements in their applications for the warrants. The super producer's lawyers filed the document Sunday, asking a judge to suppress all of the evidence obtained in the searches because the government, quote, presented a grossly distorted picture of the facts when obtaining the warrants.
It's weird that they still refer to him as things that sound kind of complimentary.
Super producer.
The super producers, the award winners.
They're like, do we type super predator or super producer? I'm not sure.
Diddy, just a note, let's get this via carrier pigeon over to Diddy and behind bars. You need to do the Justin Baldoni thing. If you are not all of the things that I have heard over and over and over and over again, and they are bad things, Mr. Diddy, if you are not that, you need to launch a website. The website thing is a good idea. The Baldoni guy did the website, and he's like, here's the play-by-play, here's why Blake Lively's crazy, and Ryan Reynolds is like this power-hungry monster, and he laid it all out. He put all the info out there, and it was a lot. But at least I knew what was going on. I'm like, good for you, dude. I could see how they were like screwing with you here, and this is kind of lame that they did that. Diddy, I don't even know if there's a counter argument. It just seems like he's a bad guy. That's all.
His legal team is claiming that in the documents the feds define a quote unquote freak off as days-long sexual activity between Diddy, a woman, and a male commercial sex workers, some of whom were transported over state lines. And they say that those were more so willing participants than what the feds are claiming. Lindsay Lohan's father, Michael Lohan, has been arrested. I don't really care much more about this story anyway.
Oh, all right. See you later, Michael Lohan.
He responded to TMZ upon being let out of jail. It was for allegedly assaulting his wife, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
He said, I've shut up long enough about Kate's physical, emotional, and verbal abuse. She set me up. Originally, she said I was stalking her. Really? LOL. Then when that didn't work, she said I pushed her over a chair, which is a total lie. Not only will my kids attest to it, but I have video. I have more videos of her abuse. Thank you, Michael. I felt he needed that LOL in there.
He doesn't seem like he's got it all together, this guy, I don't think.
I'm sure he's fine. Speaking of having it all together, this guy.
Sean Lawson. Yeah. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber is correct. Justin and Hailey Bieber, his wife, are saying that he's not on drugs, despite what people on the internet say.
He looks a little on drugs, if I'm going to be honest with you.
They say it's between the new fatherhood, and he's working on some new music, and he's in the best place in his life. So he's a little tired from doing all the
C-Lane
things.
is all of those things. Look at C-Lane. He doesn't look like some ragamuffin.
Oh my God, he's on drugs.
Oliver Twist kid smoking on the end of a blunt and just like hovered over in clothes that are 6 times too big for him. This is Justin Bieber looks like that now. It's bad.
Well, I'm sure.
I don't even know where I would find clothes that are 6 times too big for me.
The big and tall store. I don't know. This guy.
Just come outside.
Travis Scott is correct.
Travis Scott.
He made an appearance in the great state of Florida over the weekend to throw out the first pitch for the Houston Astros opening day of spring training and gave out Travis Scott bobbleheads. He bought the naming rights to the baseball park in West Palm. It's now called Cacti Park. That's his brand.
Yeah. Look at that. That's cool.
It's formerly
formerly
just called the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. So
I like Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott is way better. I'm sorry. Save your emails because I honestly just don't care. Then I think Travis Scott's better than Kendrick Lamar.
Wow, this guy.
Sorry, goosebumps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get no goosebumps every time.
Can I show this real quick, folks? I'll put this on See It Now for everybody else. Here's the Justin Bieber worry. He might be. I don't know. It's the only good thing he ever did if he was. Tiny little guy. Here's Justin Bieber. Look at this.
You know you love me.
All right.
I know you.
How weird. Like, he looks like.
He is, I think he's probably on the weed.
He looks like he has been shot with some kind of ray that diminishes your size by half, but your clothes stay the same size. It's so bizarre. I'll put this up on See It Now in just a moment here.
So I guess that's why people think he's on drugs. This guy...
Dave Grohl.
Damn it.
Yes, you remember his other confession he had to make back in August, I believe, about his extramarital affair.
Heard that a couple times.
Yeah, it's such a good and fresh joke about the whole thing. The identity of his baby mama has been revealed as one Jennifer Young, who is or was a PA for Jennifer Aniston's ex-husband, Justin Theroux, the actor. And, they won't release the name of the baby because she fears retribution from superfans, which is very sad for her, but I don't blame her at all. And then
Me either.
This very important article says Dave Grohl was spotted smoking cigarettes outside a store after meeting with his baby mama, so I guess he's stressed or something. And this gal right here.
Jennifer Lopez.
Damn it.
How did you know? Jennifer Lopez, and speaking of looking sad and smoking cigarettes, Ben Affleck are officially single as of this past Friday. So,
nice.
Ben is apparently casually dating now that he is, quote-unquote, officially single, and we wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. On the boob, too, The Voice on NBC, Extracted on Fox. Jimmy Kimmel has Chris Pratt, Drew Carey, Nathaniel Ratliff. Colbert has Woody Harrelson.
I do the same thing.
And Chelsea Handler is on Jimmy Fallon, and that's your next episode. Yeah.
About damn time.
Can I tell you something? Is this me or is this like a Twitter thing? Whenever I'm on X/Twitter and I search for something because I'm trying to show a visual when Josh is telling the story and I search for Jennifer Lopez, why is it all the stuff that I see is so like thirst trappy? Like, look as I scroll here, Celine, okay? Like, why isn't there just a regular photograph? And I don't want to go too much further because I think there's ones that we can barely show.
Isn't that like OnlyFans girls kind of just throwing a bunch of hashtags and replying to stuff to get their content out there?
Probably. There's just no normal photos. It's all the most extreme version you could think of, which, you know, good for Jennifer Lopez and all that, but I'm just trying to search for a regular photo here during the show, for God's sake. Anyhow, okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, things are going to get wild.
What?
We are going to get wild and crazy here on the show. We're going to talk about an email sent out by Doge and how people have reacted to that. Jane Fonda is out there. In jury duty, wait till you hear the story we're going to talk about where a man has been freed from prison. All of that. Plus, the dumbest TikTok trend in a generation, friends. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1, number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app, and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
Keep an eye out for emergency crews clearing up some power lines affecting eastbound and westbound lanes on State Road 50 between 12th Street and East Avenue. The roadways are wet out there, slowing down traffic on all the major roadways, so travel with caution. Watch out for an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound near Hancock Road. There's a disabled vehicle on I-95 southbound before International Speedway Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Blue Stream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's two largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Verragio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 3 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal. And let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes. On Blue Credit.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. Our newest location will offer student-centric campus design and clinical technology, private study spaces, and the on-demand academic resources you need to help make your nursing education journey a success. We'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Enjoying the news, Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
When it comes to replacing your home's windows and doors, Father and Son knows best. And that's one of the many reasons FAS Windows and Doors is Orlando's #1 residential window and door contractor. You can count on fair pricing, installation perfection, integrity, and customer satisfaction every single time. Providing Orlando with the best selection and high-quality windows and doors for over 20 years. Trust the leader in windows and doors. It's FAS Windows and Doors. Schedule your free consultation today at FASWD.com.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Welcome, John, our new admin lead.
Thanks.
You've got your laptop, all your admin apps. Oh, and you'll be in charge of ordering food for the team. So here's your drawer full of menus.
Whoa.
You'll keep your receipts in this file folder. Whoops, receipt confetti.
Oh, dear.
Oh, and all these sticky notes have everyone's dietary preferences.
Have you tried Easy Cater? Online ordering from great restaurants, tools to save time and stay on budget, digital receipts in one place.
We're gonna need a bigger recycling bin.
Easy Cater, the smarter, simpler way to order food for your workplace. Order now at easycater.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Federal employees. Some of them I feel bad for, even. What do you think? Let us know. And now there's even, in the state of Florida, the state-specific Doge firing squad that they're looking at.
Yeah.
Where they go through and they're like, all right, what are you doing? So
are other states going to be making their own state Doges, or is this just some DeSantis ass kissery?
I think it will never be, if the governor is a Democrat, that they would have their own Doge kind of thing. Honestly, for the longest time, it wasn't even a partisan thing. Governors, presidents who were Democrats or Republicans just had no interest in ever getting rid of the debt or the deficit. Nobody cared. Everybody just spent blindly in Washington. All your taxpayer money just go into foolish things. And I hear people a lot go, oh, this is soft power. And when I look at the list of things like transgender play or Sesame Street in Baghdad, and do you think any of that is effective? Like soft power? That seems like the dumbest waste of American tax dollars I could ever think of. So I want that money recaptured, and I want that to pay off the debt, because boy, are we in debt. We'll never pay off the whole thing, but we could at least start being more fiscally responsible. I don't want people getting blindly fired. I want I think you should go in if you're going to do this. And I kind of don't disagree with this. Here's Senator Lisa Murkowski, who is not a fan of Elon. I can tell by reading this text. But Lisa Murkowski, where she's from, excuse me, I'm saying all the wrong word. Where is she from? Where she's from. Let's look her up. Lisa Murkowski, Murkawowsky.
She is from Arkansas.
Miss
Nope,
Arkansas. Alaska senator. Okay, let's clear all of that out. Let's clear all of those mistakes out. All of them gone. Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski said this: if Elon Musk truly wants to understand what federal workers accomplished over the past week, she's saying this because he sent out an email that said, show me the 5 things that you've done in this past week, which people went nuts over. If you have a job, that should be pretty easy for you. If you can't come up with 5 things you did, we used to have to do that around here. The bosses would be like, when was the last time you did something cool? And if you can't think of anything...
Taco-flavored kisses.
Well, we better get taco-flavored kisses fired up again, for God's sake. So she says, he should get to know each department and agency and learn about jobs he's trying to cut. Our public servants work hard to ensure that our national security is protected, that planes land safely, that forest fires do not spread to our homes. I don't know why. Neither one of those, California fires and planes crashing, are not related to these firings. just for the record. That Social Security checks arrive on time, that research for the breakthroughs needed to cure diseases like cancer and ALS continues, and much more. Our public workforce deserves to be treated with dignity and respect for the unheralded jobs they perform. The absurd weekend email to justify their existence wasn't it, says Senator Murkowski. And I think underneath that, she has a point. Like, she's like being boisterous and saying some political stuff, but she has a point. Like, if you're going to go in, let's say I was hired to be George Clooney.
Nice.
Right?
You were hired to be George Clooney?
George Clooney in The Air Up There, the famed movie.
Right.
Where George Clooney was a hired hand, and he would come into your business, and he would be the person who did the bad news. Right. He would go, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. He would fire everybody. They would cry like little babies, and then he would fly to the next place and fire more people. If I was hired to do that job, I would like to think that I could balance two things. One, firing every succubus leech who didn't do anything, who hasn't actually done anything, is of no real short-term or long-term value to the organization or company. The Air Up There.
No. That's a comedy
Kevin
basketball
Bacon
movie.
Yeah.
They're both the same. I don't need you guys to do this. They're both the same. In the Kevin Bacon basketball movie, he would dunk and then fire people. And then in the George Clooney one, Up in the Air?
Up in the air, yes.
Up in the air. George Clooney up in the air. He didn't dunk, but he would, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. So it's very similar.
You're right. That's
they
like
work
the same
interchangeably.
plot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they work interchangeably. So I'm glad we got down to the bottom of that. But I would go into a business and go, who isn't doing anything? Who isn't adding to this? Who is a net negative? And if you're like one of these resistance folks, I want you to follow me on a quick journey. It's not going to be long, I promise. Just a very, very quick journey. Remove yourself from this idea that we are at the perfect number. It seems to be a thing that I see a lot of people doing. Like, this number is the perfect number. We do that with literally everything. With like temperature, when we talk about climate change, like where we're at is the perfect. We're at the perfect number. We must stay at the perfect number. I remember when Elon Musk took over Twitter, and Twitter was a cesspool then. It's more of a cesspool now. It's god awful. It's a terrible, murky place. But it's a good place to get news updates. So I remain.
Pictures of J-Lo.
And pictures of J-Lo, yes. Those two things are readily.
Trappy pictures.
They're available on the platform. But there was this whole pearl clutching movement afterwards when he was firing a bunch of the staff. Oh, my God. Like, Josh, can you Google this? What percentage of Twitter did Elon fire? I will never forget this. Every day this was happening. All the folks who thought we were at the perfect number were going, Twitter's crashing. Oh, the website's crashing again. Oh, they're never going to be able to keep it up.
80% of their workforce.
80?
Yeah.
Okay. He went in and fired 80% of the Twitter workforce. And people were clutching their pearls and they were going, oh, no, the website's crashing and they're not able to do it. They're still going. They're not only still going, they're adding more features. They have like one of the best AIs out there with their Grok for all the issues, and there are a lot of issues. It's like they're still moving. They fired 80% of their people. At the end of the day, can you take a moment and go, maybe we have some bloat? Maybe a lot of these organizations have too many people and not a lot of them are doing anything. And maybe that matters. Maybe our taxpayer dollars shouldn't just be thrown out into the wind. The problem that kind of sucks is I'm seeing stories like this from the AP, Associated Press. Fired federal workers hunt for new jobs but struggle to replace their old ones. And they say hiring park ranger, seeking nuclear submarine engineer, wanted sled dog musher. If they seem like unlikely postings, they probably are, but a laid-off federal worker can dream. Axed from jobs not easily found outside government, thousands of federal workers caught in President Donald Trump's cost-cutting efforts now face a difficult search for work. If you're doing, say, vegetation sampling and prescribed fire as your main work, there aren't many jobs, says Eric Anderson, who was fired from his job as a biological science technician.
There's not a private prescribed fire firm?
He says there aren't many of them. There aren't many of them. He's hoping there's a chance he's called back, but if he isn't, he's not sure what he'll do next. He was so consumed with his firing that he broke a molar from grinding his teeth. But he knows he's caught in something larger than himself as the new administration unfurls its chaotic cost-cutting agenda. So there is just this idea that we are currently at the perfect number. We need these many. Without these many people, everything will fall apart. I wish we could strike a balance between going, no, that's not true, and also, shouldn't these people kind of get a little bit of a say? Like, let's hear them out. What do you do? What actually goes on? How do you justify the tax dollars that go to your paycheck every day? I feel like you deserve that. I feel like you deserve that. That would be nice. What do you think? Let us know. Go to the News Junkie and send us a dispatch right now. A tough time to be over at the NBC world.
Why is that?
On NBC Nightly News, Lester Holt, author and anchor of NBC Nightly News. He writes it and says it for a decade. He'll be leaving NBC Nightly News this summer. He'll move full-time to Dateline, which he's good on Dateline. Love me some Dateline.
I haven't watched Dateline in forever.
It's great. Just leave it for 5 years and then go back and all the same stuff is happening. And people are missing.
They
and
never solve anything.
No. And you got that Keith guy. OMG.
Keith Morrison?
Keith Morrison, stepdad to Matthew Perry. Strange factoid.
Rip.
Strange factoid. And also in the NBC world, Joy Ann Reid, who had the Joy Reid show on MSNBC, was told that the readout, done, axed, fired.
NBC did the readout.
Yeah, done with, over. MSNBC is firing a bunch of people, I guess. But they did the weirdest thing ever. They said, by the way, All Day Yucker says, Sean, what 5 things did you do on secret shows last week? Yeah, buddy, that's my off the show work. So less is required out of me there. Okay, all right. It's still genius that's happening, but just less. So over at MSNBC,
I think the week before is even
shut up,
even cloudier.
I was more sober this week. I was more sober this week, and I was clear with the words I was saying, I think. But Joy Reid gets her walking papers, allegedly. I think she's going to wrap things up this week. She's one of a couple at MSNBC. But they did this weird thing where they said, yep, we're firing a bunch of you, but we would like for you to reapply for jobs because we're also hiring a bunch of people.
Okay.
And I thought that sounded weird. They're like, look, you're fired, yes. All right, you're fired, but we encourage you to apply for all these new good jobs. We're getting rid of the bad jobs, putting the new good jobs in here, and you can apply. So maybe the federal and state workers can do that too. I don't know what's going to happen next. It's a wild ride we're on. Let us know how you feel. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Here is Flip talking about dogs in truck beds.
So I recently moved out of South Carolina within the last year and a half, 2 years. And I happened to be staring out the front window of my house down there one day. I lived on a fairly busy road where people would regularly double the speed limit. And one day, this dumb redneck in his big old stupid douche dozer truck come flying up the hill.
Stupid douche
and
dozer.
all of a sudden, I see him slam on his brakes, and he whips into my neighbor's driveway. And here, his dog, who was leashed, luckily, in the bed of his truck, either jumped or fell out because he was driving like an idiot.
Yeah.
And was hanging off the side of his bed of his pickup truck. So he just nonchalantly gets out, picks his dog up, throws it back in the bed. Like it happens all the time.
Yeah, that's super weird. I just find scrolling through the video I did on this on Facebook, facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. I find it weird. It's a weird way to brag. If you want to brag and be like, I like my guns. Come get my gun from my cold, dead hands. I want to protect myself, my property, my family. Good. All right, cool. I like guns too. Guns are kind of cool. I hope little kids don't have guns. I hope they don't make it onto school campuses, but guns are cool. All right, I'm with you. All right. Freedom of speech. Hell yeah, brother. Freedom of speech. I will dat you for that. What is it called? Fist bump? Yeah. Boom. Freedom of speech. Gotcha. Rock and roll. Let's do this together. I'll fight with you. You're like, yeah.
Did you say
and also,
DAT or DAP?
It's DAT.
It's DAT, digital audio tape. You tap them. And
it's DAP. You give DAPs.
No, it's a radio thing. This is just like the air up there. And I'm still pretty sure I nailed that.
Stop trying to make the air up there happen.
Googling the air up there and looking at that scrawny ass picture of what's his name?
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Look at this guy.
That's a great cover.
I never heard of that movie till today, and
Are you serious?
I was shocked when I saw the poster.
Oh, when he said the air up there, I was like, Certainly, that is not the movie he thinks it is.
Is the movie Kevin Bacon plays with like some African tribesman or something? And he plays basketball with them?
I think it's like, it's very White Men Can't Jumpy.
Yeah, it's on the heels of the success of White Men Can't Jump. We send Kevin Bacon to Africa to try to dunk the ball. So they brag about guns, they brag about free speech, and I'm like, hell yeah, dap, brother. There we go. Let's do it. And then they go, and also the freedom to put our dog in the back of the car and hang that son of a bitch when we want to. And I go, you lost me. I like animals. I like dogs. I want to keep the dogs. In fact, I'd like rather keep the dogs than I would a lot of the people that are here. If I could deport people and there was no barrier to me deporting them, I would deport a lot of you. I'm talking about people with all the right paperwork. You know what I mean? Like I would just say, see you later. Maybe whole states would be ushered out, you know? Why start over
You there,
here?
show me your passport. All right, thank you. Now go.
Like everybody who lined up and said, I would rather my dog be dangling from the back of my car, maybe with his tail touching my truck nuts, that's a real winner of a day. No, that's
Straight
not
to
cool.
Gitmo.
That's not tough. Every cool redneck guy I ever met in my life didn't want to do that. They thought their dogs were nice. They wanted to treat their dogs well. I feel like that was a thing that you would be proud of. Not the other thing, like, this pussy feeds his dog. How pathetic. I bet it sleeps in a bed, too. Yeah, it does. It does. I don't know. And did I miss the part when that became a bad thing? Okay, we're going to
getting real distracted by my screen.
What's on there? What's that? What are you looking at, buddy? What is that?
The AI toe sucking video.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh,
really good work.
It doesn't look like toe sucking from here, though, if I'm honest. It looks.
What's it look like? I
don't know. It looks like something. But I'm hesitant to say anything else in this segment or any other segment today. Going to take a quick break. We're going to watch the air up
Looks
there.
like a couple of folks there.
Maybe. All right, we're going to stop.
A couple of dudes folking.
There's so many potential titles for the show today that's actually causing an issue. I think that's becoming a problem. All right, when we return, we'll get geared up for jury duty with a very interesting death row update that has me excited for the news ahead. And also, we got to talk about flying and the safety levels because people have been getting very upset about that. And in jury duty, one story that we need to talk about, that's coming up before the end of the hour, is about somebody that they released from prison, which I cannot believe. It was sent to me by a couple people this weekend. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Fellas, texters are blowing us up right now. We're getting more texts than we ever have. They're affirming Russ's statement that fried bologna absolutely looks like boobs.
Yes.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a lot of slowdowns this afternoon on I-4 through that Champions Gate area and congestion on I-4 between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. There's down power lines affecting eastbound and westbound lanes on State Road 50 between 12th Street and East Avenue. Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on I-95 southbound before International Speedway Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit invisiblefence.com to learn more. That's invisiblefence.com.
This is Ben Bolin from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. Folks, we bet you know at least a handful of people that are taking Ozempic, semaglutide, or other similar medications, and they're doing so for good reason. These are groundbreaking ways for changing quality of life, and Future Health makes accessing them simple, safe, and affordable.
Yeah, obesity affects roughly 42% of U.S. adults, according to the CDC. And I am actually someone who's struggled with weight loss in the past, and I've had great results from trying some of these GLP-1s in the past myself.
Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours.
So don't delay. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Get ready to roll. It's the second annual Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama, and you're invited to join the fun. Come bowl with your favorite Central Florida celebrities on Saturday, April 12th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Oviedo Bowling Center. All proceeds benefit Rosie's Adventures, a local nonprofit helping kids battling cancer. Spots are filling up fast. Reserve your lane today. Visit justcallmo.com/bowling for more details. The Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama, Saturday, April 12th at Oviedo Bowling Center. See you there.
New Year's resolutions are in full swing. So here's one for you. Clear vision. Seriously, if you're dealing with contacts or glasses, laser vision correction at the Filatowski Eye Institute is a game changer. With over 65,000 procedures, they are the trusted choice for Central Florida. And they have 24-month interest-free financing, so you don't have to wait. You can start seeing clearly and stay on budget. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free consultation today. Clear vision, clear future. It all starts with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Welcome, John, our new admin lead.
Thanks.
You've got your laptop, all your admin apps. Oh, and you'll be in charge of ordering food for the team. So here's your drawer full of menus.
Whoa.
You'll keep your receipts in this file folder. Whoops, receipt confetti.
Oh, dear.
Oh, and all these sticky notes have everyone's dietary preferences.
Have you tried Easy Cater? Online ordering from great restaurants, tools to save time and stay on budget, digital receipts in one place.
We're gonna need a bigger recycling bin.
Easy Cater, the smarter, simpler way to order food for your workplace. Order now at easycater.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure, but your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like 24/7 Beatles and iHeart 80s.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
You send a dispatch. And if you're listening to us on iHeartRadio, make this station a preset. It's super easy to do. We'll look right up there on the home screen of the iHeartRadio app. Making this station a preset is not a difficult thing. It takes a second or two. And it not only helps out the station, but it makes it easier for you. So you fire up the iHeartRadio app, and then you see, bam, you just click play, and you got the live stream going. Or you can make our podcast, the News Junkie podcast, one of your presets up there. And then when you get in the car or whatever you are doing, you can just fire that off, and you're ready to go. It's nice and convenient. So do that. Take a second. It does help us out. I think we're one of the top preset stations in the country. We want to go higher. We want to beat all the competition. And do that. If you're already on iHeart, just take a second and make us a preset, please. Okay, flying, is it safe? It's a big question. I can't really give you the answer, but I can only tell you that just moments ago, Delta passengers were forced to evacuate on slides after a problem at the Atlanta airport. Some more issues here. And also, did not know that there was a rear exit on these planes. There's a rear exit with a big slide coming down. And people just jump out the back of the damn plane, just like that. That's kind of crazy. But, yeah, there's not a lot of details about this just yet, but there's a Delta flight at Atlanta Airport. They said there was smoke filling the cabin. Doge is somehow responsible. I just know it. At Atlanta Airport, and they had to evacuate everybody off of the plane. And that dovetails with this story that I'm seeing, which talks about people's feelings of how safe they are on different modes of transportation. And some of this was very concerning to me because when they asked people, what about walking? Do you feel very or somewhat safe, neither safe nor unsafe, or very or somewhat unsafe? And 65% of people said they felt very safe walking. 17% said neither safe nor unsafe. But 17% of people said they felt very or somewhat unsafe while just walking. And I don't know. I guess some cities are really bad for people who just want to walk around, pedestrians.
Or
just
some people
moving.
are really out of shape, and just think that sometimes, one of these days that they go for a walk might be their last. Okay?
This isn't safe. Right? This isn't safe out here. The plane, believe it or not, is actually doing almost as good as walking. 64% say very or somewhat safe flying in a plane. 15% say neither safe nor unsafe, and 20% say very or somewhat unsafe. Those are the folks like me who white-knuckle it on these flights. People think less of cars, actually. Only 63% of people feel very or somewhat safe in cars. I feel very safe in cars, but you have to throw away this idea that everybody else is going to do the right thing out there. All it takes is one lunatic, one person who just goes, follow inside the lines, no, and smashes into you. And then you're in that 17% of people that find cars and travel in cars very or somewhat unsafe. The train is the least of all these options. Trains, 53% say they're very or somewhat safe. 23% very or somewhat unsafe. Of all of them, if given the option, I would honestly say I feel the safest on a train. Because if I'm cruising around on the train, God forbid we hit a human being, I'm probably not going to feel that very much.
Probably going to win.
We'll be okay.
Oh, that was a little bump.
If we run into, let's say, a fire truck or something, it's going to be a little bit worse. It's going to be a big bump that time. But
that was a big one.
If I'm far enough back, I feel confident that I'll survive. I feel like I would do okay on a train. How do you feel? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on a dispatch right now. Here's Trump talking about Doge firings and those emails where they said, tell us the top 5 things you've done and we'll save your job. If they're good, if they're not, see you later. And at least some suggestions, though I don't think it was in the email, were saying that if you don't respond, we'll take that as a sayonara, you're out of here. Here's Trump.
From more streamlined communications, there was that email telling employees to...
She said, do you think Doge can benefit from more streamlined communications?
You're talking about the last email that was sent where he wanted to know what you did this week. You know why he wanted that, by the way? I thought it was great. Because we have people that don't show up to work and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist.
All these feel very Office Space, like all the things that I'm hearing. It's like, so do we have to fire them if they don't answer the 5 questions thing? It'll sort of work its way out. The situation will sort of resolve itself.
What exactly is it you would say you do here?
Well, what is it you do
really
here? And he's saying, if you don't answer, we know you're not working at all. Trump believes that there's all kinds of people who are getting paid tax dollars, federal workers who just aren't even going to work at all.
They're trying to find, that's how badly various parts of our government were run by, and especially by this last group. So what they're doing is they're trying to find out who's working for the government. Are we paying other people that aren't working? And, you know, where's all that? Where's the money gone? We have found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud so far, and we've just started. We're actually going to Fort Knox to see if the gold is there, because maybe somebody stole the gold.
The French president is there. He's like, oh, what's going on?
There is no gold in Fort Knox.
Watch when Trump says we're going to Fort Knox to the French president.
Started. We're actually going to Fort Knox to see if the gold is there, because maybe somebody stole the gold. Tons of gold. So I think
he's laughing.
He's like, what the hell, bro? You guys don't know where your gold is?
I thought we were here to talk about Russia, but
yeah, Trump should ask him the hard questions. Ask Macron about his wife. Ask him that, the hard questions about how his wife was, I believe, his teacher.
Yes.
When he was younger, and then he had the hots for her so much, they met up later, and he started dating his teacher. His wife is way older than him. He's still a young guy, Macron is. He's still rather younger, or at least looks like him.
His wife is 24 years older than him.
All these students that hook up with their teachers, everybody's like, oh, he's a victim. This is going to change his life forever. He got to be president of France. President of France. And he married the lady.
Yeah. Most parents would be proud, honestly, but here we are. So he's around watching this in the front row as all this goes down. We're still on Pope Watch. We're keeping our eyes out there to see if Francis is still breathing. We're going to check on him pretty soon here on the show just to make sure all is well. He's got double pneumonia. His kidneys are not doing well. Prognosis not great, just not that great right now for old Popesky. But Francis is holding on for now, and we'll see what you're doing. Are you holding on? Let's get to you and your dispatches. Here is Nurse Jan with a Game of Magnets score. Good for you, Nurse Jan.
Woo woo! Game of Magnets. I just confiscated one off of a white sedan that I was behind at Taco Bell in Leesburg. Thanks for the magnet.
All right.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop up.
By the way, developer team is working on these lower quality dispatches. Most of them are just beautiful, but every once in a while, not as good. I'm not a hippie will nail it, though.
Yeah, I didn't get to pay too much attention to the Gabby Petito case because if you remember the same week, it was the same thing going on here at home with the Mia Marcano case. And with that, the guy that ended up killing her used to work with me. And so we had a lot of agents and police and everything coming to the job, asking questions. I worked with him on like 5 shifts and it was just such a crazy time. But yeah, maybe I'll get a documentary a look tonight. So yeah, hit me out.
Mia Marcano, was that the young girl who was killed in her room? Like somebody had broken in and she was killed in her apartment or something?
It was like a guy that worked at the apartment complex or something that had the key and then kidnapped her and killed her, I think.
Yeah, Mia Marcano was found dead in Orlando, and Arden Villas was the place where she was. She was 19 years old. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 19 years old. The person responsible for her death, Armando Caballero, 27 years old. A lot of times at these apartment complexes, there's people who work at the apartments. I know this from the last high-rise I lived in where they broke into not only my place, but a bunch of other places. And I always say, how could this happen? And they say, oh, it turns out it was security. One of the security guards is breaking into the place.
Inside job.
Yeah, it was. It was an inside job. The call's coming from inside the house. You know what I mean? It's not a great thing. But hopefully we can see that issue dry. Maybe people could be a little more secure at these places moving forward. Okay, a lot of photo dispatches and video dispatches coming in. We'll check on those as we continue. I told you, jury duty is loaded up today, including the guy. Wait till you hear this story. That was just granted conditional release. He's been freed out into the world. He's wandering the same streets as you are. What'd this guy do? Buckle up. Wait till you hear this story. It's coming up next in jury duty, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Right here, right now. There is no other place I want to be.
Classic alternative this weekend.
Scouting Combine. Despite winning both games this week and 6 in a row overall, Florida fell one spot in this week's college basketball coaches poll to number 3. Florida State's back on the hardwood tonight, hosting North Carolina, while Stetson welcomes Bellarmine and Bethune-Cookman visits Alabama State. I'm Seth Everett.
At Mercedes-Benz, there's a reason they go the extra mile. From testing their vehicles in desert heat and Arctic cold to creating AI that can anticipate your needs and preferences on the road, they demand that every car is worthy of their star because it's Mercedes-Benz.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Planning a big move? The Nickley Group has you covered. As Orlando's real estate experts, we've helped thousands of Central Florida families find their perfect homes, saving our buyers an average of $24,000. With more homes on the market and lower interest rates, now's the time to buy. Join our Buyer VIP program for even more savings, plus free moving supplies and a moving truck. Visit thenickley.group.com to get your free buyer's guide to get started today. The Nickley Group, Orlando's real estate experts, making your move smoother, smarter, and more rewarding.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultrafine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
The countdown is on to our iHeart Podcast Awards.
Live at South by Southwest.
Creativity, knowledge, and passion will all be on full display.
Watch March 10th on iHeartRadio's YouTube and Facebook and listen on iHeartRadio stations across America.
And the iHeart Podcast Award goes to
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks plus podcasts and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to the news.
Through this week and have some fun. This is where we come to laugh at the news. And if you want to learn more, well, all you have to do is make your way over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. By the way, if you missed it earlier, the latest merch drop, we had some technical issues and we had to throw it up for a little bit longer. It'll be down by 5 p.m. today. That's when it goes over to the printer. That's when we actually have to ship it off to the people who do the screen printing and all that to get it to you. So I think it's down to like 40 or so that are left in this last little bit here. Take advantage of that if you missed out last week. Otherwise, just ignore this because you've already got yours. You can get these last 40 or so over at thenewsjunkie.com. Hit merch.
People already got theirs?
People have a couple or two.
Wow.
Or three or four.
People off.
I do the VIP shipping on Saturdays.
Oh.
Yes. And I go, VIP goes to you. And I pick particular ones out. You'll see. Okay, we're going to go to some dispatches, but first, maybe this is the dumbest TikTok trend of all time. Not sure if you and C-Lane Josh have seen this, but let's see. Who do you think's on TikTok more out of the two of you? C-Lane, you're on TikTok every once in a while, I hear you say, but not a lot.
Probably me.
It's probably Josh. My TikTok activity is usually my wife showing me videos.
My wife.
Yeah. I get the same thing, except it's on Instagram, but it's probably the same kind of stuff, I'm guessing. Now, the latest trend, which you should always do these. When you hear a trend going on, get involved in the trend. Be part of things.
Yes.
Especially if it's a challenge.
Yeah, challenges are essential to life, no matter how dumb it might sound.
We defeated ALS that way.
That's right. The Ice Bucket Challenge. This could be the new version of that. TikTok users are now doing something new, though. They're posting with a hashtag, which is quite long, I must say. Hashtag dropping things on my foot. The dumbest TikTok trend yet has users filming themselves dropping increasingly heavy objects on their feet for likes, with experts warning they face a lifetime of pain because it's stupid, on account of the stupid. This one is Luke Pilling, 19 years old. He's one of many TikTokers joining in. He got 3.8 million views because he's dumb, and we reward dumb. And you just take something in your area and you drop it on your foot. No hesitation, nothing in the way. You just drop it on your foot. And that's it.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's how you go viral, Josh. You all the stuff you thought of, like clever things. No.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Super easy. All you have to do is you drop stuff on your feet. TikTok, drop stuff on your feet. Bam-o, ready to go.
My time to shine.
If I was in the studio, I would think maybe it would be this old bottle of vodka that's in here, the Stolichnaya. That's from like
that's what everybody calls it. Stolichnaya.
What do they call it?
Stoli.
Oh, I call it Stolichnaya on account of the fancy.
Yes, of course you do, comrade.
Stoli. I don't drink Stoli. I don't drink vodka really. So I'm out of the loop. I'm over here watching the air up there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm coming from a different place. My vibes are different than yours.
Imagine my disappointment when George Clooney and Anna Kendrick never show up.
You just keep watching the air up there. Like,
wait, Africa? He's firing people in Africa?
Sean wouldn't get this wrong. So there will be firing. There will be, soon enough, the firing will happen. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. And if you get into an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there, but make sure you're picking the right one. And in my estimation, that's Mo. He's a great guy, and he's going to fight for you. He's going to hear you out. And he's going to listen to what happened to you, get the whole story, and then fight against those insurance companies. You will be really surprised how fast that turns from you having an accident to you getting the big check. And don't worry about this. Don't feel bad for the insurance companies. You deserve this, all right? And your family and your future deserve this as well. JustCallMo.com, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, 800-1-800-CALL-MO, or JustCallMo.com. Faison Love, you know the name? Faison Love? Faison Love, big guy, funny guy, very funny guy. Let me see if I can bring him up so we can be reminded of him if you're on the stream here. You can watch us every day on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. Oh, yeah, this guy's great, man. He's so funny. Good, maybe too good. He's the guy who controls the department store in Elf and gets mad when the Christmas decorations are just like maybe a little bit too good.
Was he the Miller High Life guy?
I don't know. Was he? Because he looks like him, but I don't know if it was him. Maybe. Look him up. Faison Love. He had a huge diva meltdown and hurled a credit card reader at a female hotel worker that hit her in the face recently. He visited the Sheraton Mission Valley Hotel in San Diego and he got there to discover there were no rooms available, and he lost his mind. He blew his stack. His toast was burnt. In a lawsuit by receptionist Elizabeth Renderos, she claims Faison Love, famous for being an elf and other things, quickly got violent after being told to contact the app for the refund. If you tell me to talk to an app when I'm talking to a human being, I'm also going to throw things at you, including card readers. If you screwed up on my reservation, I get to the hotel, I have paid, you have made a mistake, and then you go, sir, you're speaking to a human right now. I'm going to need you to go ahead and speak to the app. If you speak to the app, you'll get your refund that you're looking for. Don't tell me to speak to an app when I'm speaking to him. I'll be Old Man River all day long for that one. Her suit claims the actor ripped a credit card reader from its mount, and threw it at her, hitting her in the head and breaking her glasses. They said she went to a hospital and was diagnosed with a concussion. Got hit by the credit card reader, got a concussion. And she filed this lawsuit a day after the alleged incident is said to have taken place. He posted to his Instagram, calling the app a scam. He said, I just can't deal with this anymore. There goes nothing. Be careful out there.
He was not the High Life guy.
No.
That was Wendell Middlebrooks.
I like them both. Can we get them in a movie together? Faison Brooks and Wendell Middlebrooks.
Going to be hard to do.
Why? Well, Wendell's dead?
Wendell Middlebrooks passed away in 2015 at the age of 36.
Son of a bitch.
How did you know that already? Were you looking it up at the same time as I was?
I'm a Wendell Middlebrooks Jr. super fan, actually.
Gotcha. Yeah. So then obviously you know his middle name by heart.
Yes,
Wendell.
It's Dwayne.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Was a High Life guy in anything else?
Sweet Life on Deck, Hannah Montana, My Name is Earl. Come on. Just to name a few. And Chocolate News.
Chocolate News sounds awesome. That sounds fantastic. Let's get us out of here and start the Chocolate News now. What are we even waiting for? All right, couple more.
It's like Chocolate Rain, but a little more informative.
I'm in. Connecticut man has been released. He's roaming the streets of Connecticut, friends. If you're listening to us in Connecticut, first things first, make us a preset on the iHeartRadio app, and then second, run and go home and lock yourself inside the house for the time being. A man accused of cannibalism and murder has been granted conditional release, according to the Connecticut Psychiatry Security Review Board. They're doing the right things over there, right? Tyree Smith, that's his name. He was granted release after a careful review of his clinical progress. He's currently at the Connecticut Valley Hospital. He's being accused of hacking a man to death with an axe and eating part of his eye and his brain as well. Why not, right? Just gobbling up the dude and enjoying that because he ate the victim's brain and an eyeball, and they said all is well. He's demonstrated long-term stability. He's remained engaged in all of his treatments, and he's consistently followed his care, so let him out. He's good. And they said that one of the reasons why they let him go, even though the victim's family raised objections, they said, what about us? What about us? They said this terrible decision puts public safety in jeopardy, yada, yada, yada. They said he promised us if he gets those urges again, those urges to be a cannibal and eat eyeballs and eat brains, he has promised to reach out to the professionals before just going out there and eating people. So
what professionals?
His professional team. He's got a team of health professionals, and he'll go forward to them. The family saying, we're dumbfounded at this injustice. In what universe is this okay? I feel for your folks. If my relative was eaten by a man, if somebody gobbled up my relative's eyeball and brain, and then they said, we're going to release them to the streets because that's what we do now. The criminals are free, and the people who aren't criminals, we'll put them in jail instead. I would probably be upset as well.
He promised, though.
If he gets the death penalty, they're not just going to give him anything he wants for a last meal, right?
I hope not. I hope that's off limits and you can't do it. Missy sends an email to tipsthenewsjunkie.com. Hello, figured I'd share this in case you missed this. The story, a convicted murderer in South Carolina has chosen to die next month by a firing squad.
Cool.
Has not been used in the United States in 15 years. Brad Sigmund says, let's go. He will be strapped to a chair. They will place a hood over his head. It's going to happen on March 7th. Just a couple of weeks, we're going to have a firing squad death. Everybody get some popcorn, gather with the friends. Well, Brad Sigmund, 67, will be strapped to a chair. He'll have a hood placed over his head, a target placed on his heart in the death chamber. 3 volunteers will fire at him through a small opening about 15 feet away.
Volunteers?
Yeah, that's right.
You got to get people that want to do it.
Well, all people whose dogs are in a flatbed truck. All those folks who would just go out there and say, hey, I know what's going on.
I think they've been on a waiting list for like 20 years.
It's like signing up for Green Bay season tickets. And when the call comes, you're like, no.
Honey, you will not believe it. I get to go kill a guy.
No, you can't be serious.
State sanctioned, baby.
Get your gun. Let's get ready to go. South Carolina firing squad happening in just a week or two here. March 7th, so we'll keep an eye on that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back...
You bring just an outrageously large assault rifle, and they're like, whoa, guy. Listen, you kind of missed the assignment here.
Elephant gun.
Cartoony blunderbuss.
Right, yeah. Full-on Cartoonsville. And you go, hey, you did not stipulate what I could not shoot here. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what happened about the award show you didn't watch last night. The Screen Actors Guild even broadcast live on Netflix, so maybe, I don't know. Some other movies that are hitting it big out there. And your dispatches, as I said. Plus, we take a look at Russia and Ukraine. 3 years after the invasion. Are things about to wrap up maybe even this week? I don't know. Sounds kind of optimistic, but we'll go through it together, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident where Old Winter Garden Road meets Westmore Bend. Keep an eye out for an accident where Grandview Parkway meets Ernie Caldwell Boulevard. Downed power lines are affecting eastbound and westbound lanes on State Road 50 between 12th Street and East Avenue. The roadways are wet out there, slowing down traffic, so travel with caution this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Fall in love with your home all over again by replacing your old windows and doors with the beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. No matter what the weather may be like outside, Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Charles says this is his second dance with the Renewal team, and they did just as good this time as they did the last time. Everyone from the installers to the office staff did a tremendous job. I am enjoying my 31 windows now, and I would encourage all people wanting to replace their windows to go the Renewal way. For February, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today. by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
And I was loving it. I loved when that one guy got the award, and his speech was so good. And I also loved who's the Culkin kid that won an award at the Screen Count? Kieran Culkin. Love me some Kieran Culkin. Love that movie he was in with the dude from A Social Network, Jesse Eisenberg. You know what I mean? The Jesse Eisenberg is good in movies. Home Alone. Jesse Eisenberg, you have to remind yourself every once in a while, he's not playing a role. That's who he is. He's that neurotic, that neurotic, stressed out.
He is
kid.
Mark Zuckerberg.
That's his actual personality. That's his actual personality. And Kieran Culkin got on the set with him in the movie they're in together, which is quite a good movie. If you like movies that are not really funny, not really an adventure, it's an emotional. It's an emotional ride. What's the name of the movie? Can you guys look that up for me? Yes. Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg.
A Real Pain.
A Real Pain is the movie they're in together. It's about family and loss. And when they went to film this movie that Kieran Culkin has been getting awards for, and he deserves it, he said Jesse Eisenberg, it was his first time being in charge on the set. And Jesse Eisenberg was like more neurotic than ever. And he was on edge, and he had everything as rehearsed to the line. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And Kieran Culkin is more, just like Jesse Eisenberg is that weird neurotic character. That's his real personality. Kieran Culkin is actually like the Succession character, like crazy, wild, does whatever he wants kind of guy. And he crashes onto the set, and they almost boot him out of there because it's not going to work between those two guys. But him improving and just going through scenes was what made that movie good. It was what made it a nice little emotional ride. Certainly not just Jesse Eisenberg. Though I can't say I hate him. He does a good job. I do like a lot of movies that he's in. Even Zombieland.
Pretty good.
That one.
Loved Zombieland.
Jesse Eisenberg, I can't hate you too much. You are neurotic and like a lot. Like when I hear you talking and you go, I'm ashamed. I'm on the verge of ashamed because I played Mark Zuckerberg. And now they're not doing news censorship on Facebook or whatever. There's no fact checkers. So now, I'm ashamed. Okay, calm down, dude. Stop taking yourself so seriously.
He didn't even really make Mark look good in that movie.
He did. No, the movie wasn't. That's why Mark Zuckerberg didn't support it. He didn't promote it. He just ignored the whole thing. But I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Even like Justin Timberlake in it. Even like that. Jesse Eisenberg, you don't have to take everything so seriously. But okay, I digress, because at the Screen Actors Guild, Jane Fonda took the show because she had a speech. She got the SAG Lifetime Achievement Award. Nice. Jane Fonda did. And Jane Fonda, God, I wonder, different generations obviously look at her very differently. The stuff I know about her is more in the news world, actually, when they called her Hanoi Jane, and when she went over because she was against the Vietnam War, but the Vietnamese government, and the Vietnamese resistance, I guess I should say, they used her as propaganda, and she was even on top of one of their guns in this famous photo. When she came back, all the Americans were going, hey, our brothers and our sons and our cousins are dying in Vietnam.
Whoops.
And you're out here, Hanoi Jane, you're supporting these folks. And I guess it's tough for her because so many years later, she kind of apologized for this. Here's the story from Wikipedia. Jane Fonda was photographed seated on a North Vietnamese anti-aircraft gun. The photo outraged a number of Americans and earned her the nickname Hanoi Jane. Hanoi, of course, city in South Vietnam. In her 2005 autobiography, she wrote that she was manipulated into sitting on the battery. She had been horrified at the implications in the pictures. In 2011, she posted an entry on her website where she further explained. So, like, I guess she regretted this whole thing because they thought she was equivalent to Tokyo Rose, who, if you don't know who Tokyo Rose was, at the time, there was a lot of Vietnamese radio broadcasts that they would do, and they would be full of propaganda. And all of a sudden, they were listening, and there was a female voice who was speaking American English, of all things. And this woman would be like, the American forces, the imperialist forces are dogs, and they need to be wiped out, and that's why the Viet Cong is doing a good job of killing them and exterminating these losers. And it was, they called her Hanoi, they called, not her Hanoi Jane,
Tokyo Rose.
Tokyo Rose, because she was this person like working for the enemy there. I believe that was in Vietnam, right? Tokyo
World
Rose.
War II.
Am I messing up the wars? Tokyo Rose. Oh, that was during World War II. You're right. It was before this. It was the same thing, but for Japan. So Tokyo Rose was like,
where is that the same thing, but for
Vietnam. God damn it, man. I'm trying to get all of my stuff together today. I got 2 fact checkers on my heels here.
Oh, my
God, dude.
Wow.
What
2?
That one was my fault.
The first one was your fault.
No, the first one was... the first one was...
all your fault.
The first one was different. The second one, I was trying to... All right, in case you missed some of that. Let me do some clarifications here. Tokyo Rose was a propagandist during World War II for Japanese propaganda, but was speaking in English, and they never actually figured out who it was. Jane Fonda, they called Hanoi Jane in, obviously in the Vietnam War, because she was going over there because she was against the war, but a lot of people got very upset about that. And here is her talking about being woke. She's defending being woke, she says, getting her Lifetime Achievement Award at the Screen Actors Guild event, the award show that was last night.
Make no mistake, empathy is not weak or woke. And by the way, woke just means you give a damn about other people.
Yeah, there she goes. The whole thing is 6 minutes long, so I'm not going to stick into the whole speech. When you get the Lifetime Achievement Award, you don't have any real limits, I don't think. I think they let you go for longer than they do in the other award shows.
Well, this was also on Netflix. Were there commercial interruptions on this, or was it just all one and done?
I don't know. I did not watch it. It did not pique my interest in the slightest. And I thought it was, I thought the SAG Awards is one that just kind of doesn't stand out to me necessarily. Sean getting dumped twice. What do you want me to say, man? Lily says Sean is struggling today. My mouth is just flying fast is the problem. I'll hit the brakes a little bit. Slow things down just a bit. Tammy says she did have exercise videos. Those were so big. Those Jane Fonda exercise videos were so big when they came out. Everybody wanted those. She was a big star. The Vietnam thing really hit her career hard, and I think to a certain extent she's been trying to crawl out of that ever since. Now, as to the woke is empathy thing, this gets down to the definitional war. We do this all the time. Everybody keeps defining stuff. I don't think when people who don't like woke stuff think about it, they think empathetic. I think empathy is fine. I think weaponized empathy is bad. I think there's people who are very empathetic, who that's like their central character trait, who just so happen to have very bad political ideas, very, very bad political ideas, because they're all based in their big, giant, bleeding heart, They're the ones that go, if we just spend more on homelessness, everything will be fixed. We'll be good. Los Angeles, they spend insane amounts of money. Nothing's fixed. Nothing's different. Nothing's better. These empathetic folks who lead with their heart and their policies and don't bring things like logic and reason into their political philosophies do often have very, very bad ideas. But if it's just about empathy, I think being empathetic could be good on its own. We could be in agreement there, Miss Fonda. Okay, let's work in a dispatch or two while we have the moment to do so. Let's go over to, here's Dragonfly Ma'am with a dispatch.
Hi, you guys. Hey. John, this is in regards to the monkey and Paddington in Peru. 2 weekends ago, I watched Paddington in Peru with my 9-year-old, and it was a cute movie. We love all of the Paddington, so it was fun. It was very cute. And then this past weekend, my 16-year-old and I went and saw The Monkey. And
how was it?
Oh my goodness, she's more into horror movies than I am. But it was really cool. It was a good movie. Then I just keep looking for a manic killer monkey everywhere I go.
Duck.
Yeah, it's great. Awesome. You guys have a great rest of your Monday. Bye.
Thank you, Dragonfly, ma'am. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Yeah, the monkey thing looks kind of cool. I like it. I love how horror is maybe one of the only genres of movies where all you need is a story. The monkey thing, it's just like, hey, a monkey kills people. It's like a little monkey statue thing kills people. It's very, very frightening. Terrible deaths that people face. You don't need a superstar in it. You don't need a bunch of big names. You don't need celebrities crazy. You just need a really good production. And that's how horror works as a genre. That's why movies like Terrifier can cost nothing and bring in a whole bunch of people. Nobody cares that much about celebrities. They care more about just a great story in that genre. So I like it for that. I guess Timothy Chalamet, Ding Dong, Chalamet, whatever. He won big at the SAG Awards.
Finally.
She won big. Conclave won a lot of awards. I still haven't seen Conclave.
Same.
And it's not on my list of things to see. It doesn't seem very exciting to me, honestly.
It's if you're looking for exciting, Conclave is not your movie. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed Conclave.
It's timely.
Big twist at the end. Big controversial twist at the end.
Pizza Balla.
That'd be great. Pope
It's
Pizza Balla.
not Pizza Balla. But
close.
It would be a huge shakeup if it were ever a true story.
Really,
Lady Pope.
Wow! You can't have a lady pope.
Lady Pope.
Gay pope? Well, there's already been a gay pope. There's definitely been a gay pope. Are we kidding?
I think you got 80% success rate on that one.
I think Francis might be a gay pope. I'm not coming at you if you're a Catholic. I'm just saying the guy there's some strange vibes around him. Not that I'm equating gay with strange. Just leave me alone today,
wait,
okay?
Didn't they get him on a recording saying the Italian version of the F word?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they did, actually. He did toss that out.
Straight Pope.
Damn. Get it together, Pope. What the hell?
This particular F word is the one for gays, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All he really does is he wants to hear you sing.
I would like
Please. To hear you sing.
to hear you singing.
It's very vampiric, the whole
It sounds
Pope
like
talking.
John Turturro playing a vampire.
Yeah, I could see that. Or hear
John
that in this
Turturro
case.
playing the Pope.
That too.
I could get with that. All right, here's the story I told you a little bit about earlier. We got to see if this actually happened. We got another problem on our hands here, though.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Well, I got a bit
What'd you do?
I got a bit of a trend going in saying things that I shouldn't be saying on the show. And I'm looking at this story. The name is a no-go. The person's name who did this is an absolute no-go. So I'm just going to spell it for the two of you so you can look up this story and see if we can find any more.
Okay.
We have to verify first that this is 100% real. It's been floating around all over the place online. A lot of people have been talking about this, but is it actually real?
Facebook,
Do we have
Instagram,
any
Twitter, y'all
reports of
see
this?
this?
A crypto trader, allegedly known as Mista, M-I-S-T-A, F-U-C-C-Y-O-U. That's the guy's name. All right. Mr.
That's pretty funny.
That guy. He allegedly was doing a meme coin and wanted to do a rug pull, which means you just rip everybody off. And to get people to make his meme coin pop off, he played Russian roulette live on a stream. Strangely, it went well twice for him when the gun misfired, but on the third attempt, that gun worked the way guns work. And
Did it misfire, or was it just empty? He just won 2 rounds of Russian roulette.
The story says that he said, if I die, make me a meme coin. And then the gun misfired twice, and on the third attempt, it fired. And then presto bango, end of Mr. And the live stream, which ran for over 30 minutes after his death, that's dark, had him bleeding out while the crypto community reacted in real time as meme coins using his name flooded the market within minutes. Mr. F-U-C-C-Y-O-U, who also went by the name I'm Really Poor, was 23 years old, according to users on X. in Reddit. His posts on X show a bit of a mental health struggle, and some in his community believe this was tied to a breakup, as he used to talk about his, quote, shorty recently.
His
but
shorty.
Not been talking about his shorty.
F-U.
There was a Mista coin that popped up, and the developer sent about 70% of the total supply before his death, yada, yada, yada. It says, so let me get this straight. This is one of the people writing about this. This guy starts streaming live on X, gets scammed, asks for refunds, pulls out a 6-shooter, says if I die, make a meme out of me, pulls the trigger 3 times, dies, stream continues for 30 minutes, and people instantly create a meme coin. WTF. And yes, WTF indeed. This seems to be the world we're living in, if that is real. Did you find anything else about Mr. F.U.?
No, you've pretty much said all the stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to verify any of that.
One would think that somebody would have heard the gunshots and found a real body, and then they would have connected the two, but I don't know. Maybe he's still streaming to this day. Who knows? We'll keep an eye on all of that. Join us on the show with your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, fire off a dispatch. We get the most in sort of at the end of the show here. A lot of people are questioning my sanity today. I am as sane as ever. Didn't drink a drop last night. Feeling good.
There's your problem.
Snob Wasson says this.
What up, Wasson?
Hey.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
Hey, Wasson, what's going on today, man? You dropping F-bombs? Can't put sentences together? You seemed a little frazzled. You having a Monday on a Monday, guy? What's going on? You're normally on it. You normally like firing and, what do you say, zooming all around and doing your zoomy zooms or whatever. But yeah, today you're off a little, bud. You need to relax. Maybe you need to get back on them cigarettes. Maybe you need to hit that bottle harder again. I don't know.
What?
You're off today. Fix it, Wasson.
What kind of advice is this? Drinking less, smoking less, and now you suggest this is a problem?
Yes.
I should not be engaging in this? No. I'm healthier. My brain is just working a little faster today, and I assure you all is well in my world over here. It's absolutely fine. Things are good. We got to get to you. There's a lot of people sending in emails, including this one. This person said, hold on, let me get their message first. Says, I was in Publix when I saw this, says Rory, and I actually asked these people if this was real, and yes, it was. And he photographed some people walking through the grocery store. The guy's got his kid, and then he's got a backpack with a bird in it.
Whoa, fun.
I didn't know that was a thing. And I'm a very, very pedestrian person when it comes to naming birds, but is that a cockatiel, C-Lane?
Yes.
Is it? Okay, that's the only one I think I might know.
That was the very first bird that I had.
Was this Bongo?
No. My parents had a cockatiel named Buzzy when I was born. However, when I was born, much like Lexi is experiencing right now, the amount of attentions that were paid to Buzzy,
it makes sense,
drastically dropped.
Yeah, I see you. I see you there. I don't know about doing this. Bringing a bird in a backpack to a grocery store seems like an odd move, but bird people are odd to begin with. Let's all just be honest with each other. Bird people are odd. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean you're a little bit different. You cut from something different, a different cloth.
Bad. Previously, you've said it in sort of a bad way.
Bird people and snake people are different people. They're very different types of people. I'm curious about you, but I don't know if does the bird want to be in a backpack wandering around the grocery store?
Sure.
Probably not.
Is the bird having a good time? Or is the bird like the dog on the flatbed truck, things aren't well here? I don't know.
What kind of backpack is that?
That's like one that you put your cat in to go places.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's clear. It's all clear on the back.
I understand that part. It's just very odd looking. I've never seen such a thing.
It's like a backpack fish tank or something.
Yeah.
It's just clear glass, and you can cruise around with your animal. In this case, your bird is just hanging out with you. It's a bunch of strange people. I see strange people at the grocery store all the time, though. There's a woman I saw yesterday. She had no shoes on. She was walking down one of the aisles. Red flags were flying like crazy on this woman, okay? Courtney goes, oh, my God.
There are a bunch of bird backpacks for sale online.
Courtney goes, oh, my God, what's happening? And I look up, and this girl, you know the term shell-shocked?
Yeah, they also call it war neurosis and battle fatigue.
Yeah, people throw that around too much, I think. But it seemed like she had a wild night and then maybe woke up and smoked all of the marijuanas this morning. And she
rode hard and put away wet?
Maybe. She had no shoes on. She was in her pajamas, straight up pajamas, and she was wandering the grocery aisle, and she wasn't holding it flat in her hand like one might. like you would, try to not drop something, hold it flat. She had a giant slice of cake that she got from the bakery, and she was just dangling it by her side, just holding onto the edge.
In the container, you mean?
In the container, in the plastic container that the gigantic slice of cake was in. I said, damn, she's having a good Sunday. And nothing against her.
Just swinging that cake around.
Yeah, keep swinging the cake.
I was at the deli the other day getting a soda, which is probably 99 times out of 100 if I go to Publix, that's my first stop.
Freestyle machine?
It's not always a freestyle. Just it's for regular people. They just get regular ass fountain machines.
Ass fountain?
Yeah.
Go right to the ass fountain.
So I go there and I'm filling up and I'm about to grab the lid, and this kid behind me kind of grunts like I'm taking too long. Okay.
Me need soda.
I was like, and then so fine, and I like a pussy just stepped out of the way and let these kids get their sodas, and then they grabbed sandwiches. And I go, these kids aren't paying for this. These kids are not. And then so finally they leave. I get my lid, my straw, and I'm going. And I
you just sat there as each and every one of them uses the soda machine while you're just waiting to finish off the job you had started.
Just two of them. They got their sodas. And I turn around the corner a little bit later. They're coming out of the bathroom. No sandwiches.
Oh, man, they shoved it in their pants. Or they ate in the bathroom.
They ate in the bathroom.
Shoved it in their mouth. I just speak from experience. The one time I got caught stealing a Publix sub, way back in the day, I tried to put it into my pants. And I was going to get the 6-inch. I probably would have gotten away with it if I did. I got the foot long. And I had big baggy pants on. Busted, man. That's why I don't steal. That's why I never stole after that. Stole two things in my life, I believe. Lighter when I was 10, lighter from the grocery store, and the sub from Publix when I was absolutely poor and didn't have enough money to eat. And never, ever again.
And the lighter really was a big point of contention with you and your brother for a while, right?
Yeah, it's son of a bitch. Yeah, it was a problem. He held it over my head for a very long time.
All day yuckers, there does exist a couple Publixes that have the freestyle machine, especially in Sean Jay's neighborhood.
Yeah, that one around me definitely has one, and I like it. But you can't let little kids push you around like that, Sealand. You got to stand up for yourself. That's what I do around here. And if they stand in front of you on the sidewalk and block the sidewalk with your bike, hey. Kid, and you just say something. They'll back down real quick. They act like they're tough. Unless they're like 17 or 18. That's when you got to be a little more scared of them. But if you just run at anybody screaming, just run at them screaming, they will be scared. I found that to be
but I can't do as much stuff like that with the kid. I feel like, if I get myself in a situation, like the other day I was in the line at the damn express lane, doing what I always do, counting other people's groceries to make sure they're falling in line.
11, sir.
This lady had like 4 bags in the cart already and more stuff on the thing. And I'm with Jackson, so I'm being nice, but I want to be like, we're just not doing the 10 thing anymore. We're not going to read the sign anymore. We're just going to pretend you can have as many groceries as you want in this lane.
Meanwhile, Sealane's huffing and puffing behind this old lady, and unlike him at the soda machine, she stands her ground. She's like, say something, pussy. I dare you. I dare you to say.
That's what I was doing. What I would have been doing.
When we return, we'll get further into some of the stories we have to talk about, including a mother pushing for a new law after her son died in a crash. What does she want to happen, and is it reasonable? We're going to find out together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic slowing down due to an accident on I-4 westbound before Colonial Drive. There's an accident affecting the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Fairbanks Avenue. The off-ramp's partially blocked from State Road 408 westbound to Hiawassee Road. The roadways are wet out there, so expect some delays on the major roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
New Year's resolution is to buy a home? Get your free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Get ready for the City of Tavares Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue, February 28th and March 1st in Wooten Park, Tavares. Shop a variety of unique vendors and savor mouth-watering barbecue. Friday, enjoy live music by Maggie Ball. Saturday, catch the seaplane contest, spectacular water ski shows, dazzling drone light display, and a special performance by the Shaylin Band. Admission is free for Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue, February 28th and March 1st. Info at tavaresfl.gov.
Hush, little baby, yes you can. Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan. And with that Florida prepaid plan, Mama's gonna send you to college land. And when you're free to pursue your dreams, Mama's gonna watch your future beam.
With a Florida 529 prepaid plan, you can save for your little one's future. Plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment is now.
My name is Kyle Tequila, host of the shocking new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Kenny was a Chicago firefighter who lived a secret double life as a mafia hitman.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything. He was a crazy man.
He was my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Listen to Crook County on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crook County to start listening.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578, 689-314-7578.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the Original Super Glue. Buy qualifying Original Super Glue products and save $10 per ticket. Offer available participating Tools Ace Hardware Store locations. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Lock in your seats today.
Scott for Scott's here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Why did the godfather of AI warn that the very thing he helped create now has a 10 to 20% chance of leading to human extinction in the next 3 decades? And what did he learn from losing his wife to cancer about how to approach the future of AI? I'm Oz Voloshin, host of Tech Stuff, and I'm so excited to share this memorable and intimate conversation with Nobel laureate Geoffrey Hinton. Listen to Tech Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Tech Stuff to start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
capital N before the show wraps up today. Don't forget, as I said, there's this last opportunity on the Basic Beast shirt design. We've loaded up 100 more to finalize things there because of some issues we were having. And everything's set to lock down at 5 p.m. today. If it's already 5 p.m. when you're hearing this, I am sorry, friend, but that's that. And those days are gone. If it is not, go over to thenewsjunkie.com, click on the merch section, thenewsjunkie.com, click on merch. Bam! You'll get one of the final few that are over there. Okay, let's see here. One thing I want to talk about real quick before we get into this Google AI update is I feel like when I look at some of the charts, because I tend to watch what's happening with box office charts, with music charts, with what the popular things are that people are purchasing, top Amazon purchase, everything I can do to kind of keep myself connected to the zeitgeist. What is happening? What is popular? What are people tuning into? Netflix, top 10, et cetera, et cetera. Billboard Hot 100. When I look at it, I go, is variety dead? Is variety dead in the music world? And I say this for a reason. Courtney loves old Kanye albums. And I do too. Kanye's music is good. The Nazi part is just not a great thing, but his music is very, very good over the years. The later stuff I don't like quite as much, but some of his earlier albums were very good. And I got tired of it because it's the same artist over and over and over again. I said, let's put on something new. Let's listen to some new tracks so we could see if anything is good and do some music discovery, number one. And then if I like something, maybe we can get some rejoins as just a side effect, number two. Well, I look at the Hot 100 now. Kendrick Lamar's got 4 songs. I think that might have been the case even if he didn't play at the Super Bowl. He's got 4 songs in the top 10 right now. Bruno Mars has 2 songs. Drake has 2 songs. That's 3 people with 8 of the top 10. That's 3 performers with 8 of the top 10 songs in the country. You're not getting a lot of variety there. Then you got Billie Eilish and the Shabuzi guy. And the Shabuzi guy's only there because he was at number 1 for so long, and it's just slowly trailing off that A Bar song from him. And he'll be gone very soon. And I'm sure another Drake song or another Kendrick song will replace that Hot 100 spot that he's locking down right now. And when we were listening to the top music, I go, God, there seems to be such little variety right now, even though there's so many songs out there. There's so more music than ever, but just so little of it that you end up hearing for whatever reason, because music discovery is broken. It's like almost as bad as podcast discovery, which is really broken. Good luck finding a new podcast if you don't just hear about it from a friend or something. But yeah, not a lot of variety on there. 3 people.
No. It's very easy to find new podcasts. You just you listen to actual radio, and they tell you what all the podcasts are, and that you should listen to them.
Wait, so you're telling me that actual radio guys who are in competition with these podcast guys build up an audience, and then that audience is used to point to other podcasts?
Yeah, and then to put money in the pockets of the likes of Kyle Tequila.
I can't be doing this, Kyle Tequila, if that is your real name. I'm not sure I buy this, friend.
I trust him.
My friend Johnny Rum disagrees.
Google's new AI model, it's called VEO2 is the new one. It's very, very good. It's very, very impressive. It's going to be fully released in maybe the next couple of months here where everybody can get access to it. but they unveiled it initially in December to show you what you could do. And now they've revealed the pricing for Google's video AI generation. It's going to cost 50 cents per second of video.
Woo.
So you want to create a 10-second video, that's 500 cents, a.k.a. $5. Doesn't sound so bad, right? It's $30 for a minute of your video or $1,800 per hour. But what if you wanted to make Avengers Endgame? It would be $32,000 per second if it was the budget they went with, and 50 cents per second if you used the Google AI instead. So if companies can save that much, if you don't have to pay $356 million for Avengers Endgame, 32 grand per second, if instead you could pay 50 cents per second and just generate a bunch of AI video.
Okay, but say I wanted to make an hour-and-a-half long movie with this AI. And so that would be 90 times 0.5.
45.
450.
$450. Or wait, is that right?
Yep, 9 times 5. No, 9 times 5 is 45.
Oh, wait, I'm not doing the second part. Anyway, it wouldn't be that much, right? It would be four figures.
Yeah.
But
cheap.
Like any AI prompt, especially if you're trying to create something, albeit an image, something else, what happens if you shell out the $4,500 and you're like, ooh, that's not quite right. I need some things changed. So are we just changing? Are we charging the whole $4,500 again? Are we just charging for the minutes that get changed? Do I get some drafts?
That's very true. If I'm paying for that much, I want every second of this to be just like I imagine.
Like you've been doing a lot of stuff with this development AI, and I love it. Super cool. It does a lot of great things, and it's making our lives a little easier, a little cooler here and there. But I always wonder, like, sometimes you and I will be chatting over the weekend and like trying to debug something, and I'm like, every time he like sends something to this, that's another token, right? Isn't that another like? Don't you only get so many per day?
Yeah, you do. You only get so many, and you sign up for a plan and put some more in, and all of that is going to be a bit of a hurdle for a while. But how long is it before you can create the first 10 minutes of your next Avenger movie and upload it into the AI, and then you say, take all of what you see here, but here's the script. Here's what I want all these characters to do. Make them do all of that. And then it goes, here you go. And it looks exactly the same as if they would have done it with all the AI and the acting and the voices. And it sounds crazy, but I don't think we're that far off.
I'm going to upload Toy Story and tell it to remove all the female characters. Boy Story.
Easy. Just like that. You got one. Okay, when we come back, we got to get to this mother who wants to change the law because of her son dying in a crash. What does she want to do? Is it reasonable? We'll also do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and together to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, a new travel trend is taking over America. And what did Elon Musk's own chatbot say about him? At 4 o'clock, it's sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's a $50 gift card to Tibby's and tickets to Orlando City Soccer. And we'll meet with Ray Trindley from TK Law. Plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner. Today is a Fox 35 Weather Impact Day with periodic showers, an 80% chance for rain, and totals which could lead to 1, maybe 2 inches in spots, even a clap of thunder possible. Now, the heaviest of the rain will end before 6 p.m., but we could see some scattered showers continuing into tomorrow morning for our Tuesday commute before some sunshine tomorrow afternoon and warmer days ahead. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
The city of Tavares is throwing a street party, friends, and you're invited. Come this Friday and Saturday for Plains, Tunes, and Barbecue. You can join the Jim Colbert Show. They're going to be there broadcasting live from Wooten Park in Tavares this Friday from 3 to 7. Live music with Maggie Baugh on Friday, the Shaylin Band on Saturday, plus a seaplane contest, water ski shows, drone light display, all of it. paired with delicious, mouth-watering barbecue. Shop unique vendors. Admission is free. All ages are welcome this Friday and Saturday. You can get more details right now at TaveresFlorida.gov. That's TaveresFL.gov.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Orlando's signature event is back. The Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard returns to Bay Hill March 3rd through 9th. Watch your favorite PGA Tour pros define their legacy at a tournament as iconic as its namesake. Score a high five at the fan deck. Relive the vibes at Throwback Thursday with Corksicle. And savor every swing at Wine and Dine on 9 presented by Carmel Road Winery. Plus experience the all-new lake house for unbeatable views of the action. Where will you be when a new champion is crowned? Secure your spot at ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. 2024 officially in the rear view. It's all done. Tough year. But we have a 2025 looking ahead. Are you healthy? Are you ready to go? Are you strong enough to handle the challenges that 2025 may offer? If not, get with my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. But look, man, this is like a looking glass into your health. You can see what's happening before it happens. That's right. Don't be reactive. Be proactive. Find out in advance if there's any secret little problem lurking in your chest. They can do that. And remember, you don't take your clothes off, no injection or dyes. The entire process only takes a few minutes, and it's so easy to make your appointment. Check it out. This is all you have to do. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Then you make your appointment, and off you go to a better, healthier life. Guys, make that call today. Take control of your long-term health care right now. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. That's InvisibleFence.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Sinex saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Big news, bacon lovers. Wendy's Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. For just $3, you get crispy, crunchy apple smoked bacon, 2 juicy beef patties, and plenty of cheese on a burger. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Almost all gone, if not gone now. Last call for Basic Beast. We'll get these printing tomorrow and over to you very, very soon. If you want to get the last couple, go to thenewsjunkie.com, click merch, thenewsjunkie.com, click merch. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. First things first. Thank you, Josh. Bang up job.
You're welcome.
And always appreciated. Doesn't he do a great job, Sealand? Isn't
he does a good job. And thank you, Moses, for Josh.
Yes, he's the best there is. We really appreciate him being around here. And now we move over to this. First, an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Melanie emails the show. Hey, guys. She says, miss you, Sabrina. Anyways, I agree with what you were saying, Sean, about road rage. We started off with this road rage story out of, what city was that? It was Panama City? Mm-hmm. Panama City, I believe. And she says, I was once on a 2-lane road, 1 lane going each direction, and it was typical 5 p.m. rush hour, and nobody was moving. I was watching my side mirror as the guy behind me in a big truck is flashing his lights and swerving everywhere. We were all barely moving. I think there might have been construction, too. Anyways, we came to a complete stop, and this guy jumps out of his truck and comes and bangs on my window, screaming at me to go. I gesture in front of me and yell back, where would you like me to go? There was no way I was rolling down my window. He then proceeds to go up to the next 2 cars and is screaming at everybody. He finally went back to his truck as we were all moving again. Eventually, when the 2 lanes became 4, he was trying to pass everyone and driving on the shoulder. I was shaken up for a good while. People are just crazy. Love you guys, Melanie. Melanie, right back at you. That is frustrating. Very, very weird. Let's see what else we can squeeze in here before the end of the show today. We don't need this. What we'll do is a final dispatch. How about that? We got enough time for that. Let's do a final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play.
Oh, no. We'll do this real quick. Hang on. Final dispatch right now. This is the one we're doing right here. Hang on. Let me refresh. And let's do Missy talking about Tokyo Rose.
Hey, fellas. How's it going today?
Hello.
Sean, you were talking about Tokyo Rose.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Where there was a bunch of them, and the Americans called them all Tokyo Rose. But one was found out. She had gone to Japan just to help out her aunt right before it started, and then she couldn't get out of Japan after the war started.
Uh-oh.
So she joined the radio station and got a job. And
Gig's a gig.
She eventually got tried for treason and then got acquitted by Gerald Ford because witnesses testified that they were coerced by the FBI.
Yeah, they probably would say that no matter what, I would think. But you take the radio jobs where you can get them. I don't blame her. A North Texas mother, I tease this, let me work it in. She says she wants a change after her son died in an alcohol-related crash, even though he was only 18 years old. She says she wants every place that sells alcohol in the country to have a scanner, electronic ID reader to ensure that people are actually of age. Maybe we'll get into that a little further tomorrow if you have any dispatches.
Would that have helped her son's specific situation?
She says his fake ID wouldn't have worked if that was the case, and he wouldn't have had the alcohol that wouldn't have led to the crash that took his life. And that would change everything. I don't know. Sometimes you just work your way around new technology. But do tell us what you think, and we'll work it in tomorrow on the show with your final dispatches. All right, here we go. Right now, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Today I Learned for Monday, February 24th, 2025. Today I Learned this movie series. Rocky is correct. Carl Weathers landed the part of Apollo Creed after reading scenes with Rocky writer Sylvester Stallone. He wrapped up his audition by saying about Stallone, I could do a lot better if you got me a real actor to work with.
Wow.
It stuck with him and he got the job. And finally, today I Learned this man right here.
Offspring.
That's right. The Offspring is correct. This is a funny one. Napster sued or issued a cease and desist order, at least, to the band The Offspring, trying to threaten a suit to stop them from selling bootleg merchandise imprinted with the Napster logo. So Napster was fine with their music going out, but when their logo was used by another band, Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show, get the podcast.